under this blue. Let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the middle. Let's go. Have it right, Middles FC. You got the minerals, yeah? Love it. Got the minerals, TT.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking minerals, mate.
So have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Hope everyone is doing good tonight. I am not doing good tonight. I don't think a lot of the Chelsea fans are doing good tonight. But without saying, it's got to be done. We've got to assess this game. We've got to land the minerals. We've got to mud these frauds out there on the timeline. And that's exactly what I'm going to do tonight. First and foremost, RIP to my granddad. That's why I couldn't make the game. In a way, it was a blessing in disguise. RIP Chelsea at Leeds. RIP Chelsea at Leeds. Disgraceful. But first of all, everybody that's in here, everyone that's joining the stream, you know what you got to do. You got to like the video. Like the video, guys. If you're new in here, subscribe to the channel. I'm on the road to 3.1k, on the road to 4k. And obviously, I've got my membership scheme, which is pinned live at the top of the live chat. I don't know if I'm going to be too much into the chat today, people, because I just want to vent out. That's what I have got this channel for, is for my own personal benefit, to release any bit of frustration, any joy, any pissed off moods, anything. This is what it's all about. This is why I did this channel. So if I'm not too much in the chat, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. I will run through very quickly, and then I want to get straight into it, people. There's over 150 people in here. Every single one of you, please like and subscribe. Goes without saying, people. This is what it's all about. Big up lesson here. Only thing TT could have done different was not play Gallagher alongside Georgie. Other than that, it was the exact same lineup we played v Spurs. I told everyone. I told you all. Did I or did I not tell you? Well, I know I told you. I said if you play Jorginho with Gallagher in that pivot, in the 6-6, I told you what was going to happen. All right? They cannot sustain it for 90 minutes. They did it for the first 20 minutes. And it went all piss shit. He went piss poor. This is the problem, people. If you're not going to play Mason Mount in the 6-6, you play Gilmore. You play Gilmore. Gilmore's the most natural 6 we've got available. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is not a fucking 6. Gallagher is not a fucking 6. So we're playing a player that doesn't play in that position. There ain't no Minerals Mount where they can play in 6 different positions and be your best player. Unfortunately, Gallagher ain't that player, people. He's not going to be that player. All right? He's not versatile. So it goes without saying, you play those 2 in the double 6, you expect the fucking slow transitions, people. You expect the slow transitions. You expect chasing shadows. That's exactly what I fucking witnessed today. That's exactly what I witnessed. They're all over the fucking gaff. All over the park. Yeah? Chasing shadows. So, anyway, MJF, big up to you, my member. Tammy, Lukaku, Werner, Tamori, Gray. Some get no chance to play, and then others do play and can't play in the dead system TT uses. Then we sell or loan to see them do good. Listen, fella, no disrespect, geezer, yeah? But you say TT's dead system, all right? I've seen a lot of these TT, two-core agendaed fucks, yeah, come in at the gaffer. Change your system. Change your system. Change it to what? Change it to fucking what? A back 4? You want to play back 4? You've seen us play back 4 and where that gets us. Back 4, we ain't got the players for a back 4. You can't play Jorginho, you can't play Silva in the back 4. So where the fuck are you going with a back 4? What other formation do you want to play? Tell me. What other midfielders has the gaffer got at his disposal? He's got no Kante, no Kovacic. Last year was the same situation. We lost those 2 players. It all goes to shit because the quality and depth is not fucking there. It's not there. And last year you let Billy Gilmore go. So this year you're not playing Billy Gilmore for whatever reason. You're not playing Billy Esther Goatmore. And you're playing Gallagher in a fucking position that ain't his. And this ain't an agenda against Gallagher because I think he's a top player, but he's not a top player in a 6. He cannot play a 6. So, what's the gaffer supposed to do? Explain to me what formation he's supposed to use. He cannot use any other fucking formation. The fucking squad tells you that. How many times do I have to repeat it? You cannot change the system. You can't play the 4-2-2-2. You can't play the 4-3-3. It don't work. The players ain't good enough. They're not those players. Until you get a fucking Declan Rice, you get a De Jong, or you get some sort of DM, you can start to play the back 4. But right now, in this current squad, you cannot do that. So, TT's hands are fucking tied. There's nothing else he can do. All right? So all the agenda that people are coming at the gaffer, hush your fucking beaks, yeah? Hush your fucking beaks. All right? And these plays ain't good enough. Tammy was all right. I rated Tammy. Lukaku's a cement fucking booted lump of shit. He ain't good enough. Werner's fucking, what's Werner good at? And he wanted to leave. Fuck off. Tamori wanted game time. He fell out with Lamps or whatever the reason. The board wanted to make money to buy that cement-booted fucking rat that you've got in this fucking chat here. All right? Gay ain't fucking good enough to play for Chelsea. In fact, he had a halo for Crystal Palace. So I don't know where you're going, bruv. I don't know where you're going with that. I'm going to fucking cook some people tonight. I'll tell you that now. I'm going to cook some fucking people. I'm going to land the minerals on people. Because there is so much shit going on around the timeline. So much shit. You're all reactionary little pussies. You know that. You're all reactionary little pussies. You don't break it down. You've got no fucking logic. You've got no understanding. There's no backing of your team or the players. It's all just fucking agenda. Every fucking agenda that you can put under the sun with Chelsea Football Club. What do you expect the fucking gaffer to do, people? What do you expect him to do? I'd love to hear all your fucking opinions and all your tactical nous about what the Thomas Tuchel should do. Your question, Thomas Tuchel, and he should change the system to fucking what? To fucking what? It tells me your ball IQ is in the mud. It's full of shit because you don't know what you're talking about. You don't understand the squad players that we got and their capabilities, their strengths and their weaknesses. And unfortunately, the back three is the only fucking thing that works. It's the thing that won the Champions League, people. Yes, it was. It was that until we brought that fucking cement-booted full of shit wanker to our football club. All right? Big up Lex Young. Minerals need to be landed today, boys. Yeah, I fucking will. Absolutely, I will. We need a finisher. People acting as if our season is over. It's one game. We'll bounce back from this. Trust in TT. Some fans I've heard today after the game are a joke. I've heard some fans coming at the gaffer going, "Oh, he's fucking, he's a terrible manager, this and that." You fucking idiots, you plastics. You don't know what you're on about. You haven't got a clue, mate. You come on here to spit your gibberish about whatnot. I've got people with big accounts spewing their fucking absolute bangers and mash waffle, all agendas against Mason Mount. Everyone wants to come at Mason Mount. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to land it on this fucking channel, yeah? I'm going to land the minerals on this channel, and I'm going to name these fuckers. I'm going to name them. Name and shame is the part of the game. Name and shame on Minerals FC. There's no fucking hiding on here for people, yeah? There's no hiding. Big up Stratters in it. Up the Minerals FC. Gilmore should be a starter today. He should be, and I said he should be. I don't know why the gaffer. It's the only thing I question the gaffer on. I can't even question the gaffer. The gaffer's the gaffer. He ain't signed one fucking player, people. Not one player of his own. All right? Only now. He signed Sterling, Koulibaly, and Cucurella. And a few young'uns. That's it. That's all he signed, people. All right? They haven't even had a chance to bed in. We've had a shit pre-season. We got fucking injuries already before we've even started. And you don't want to come at the gaffer. We got a massive rebuild going on. And you still want to come at the gaffer. Or you want your agenda on Mason Mount or your agenda on Kai Havertz. But we won't touch the new players. The new players. Yeah, all the new players. They get an excuse today. Why does anyone get an excuse? Why does anyone get an excuse? Leeds played a fucking good game. Let's have it right. Probably only City could have dealt with it. I actually felt we did pretty well up to Mendy's howler. But the first goal is crucial, as we know. But trust in TT. Yeah, I mean, the howler was an absolute howler. Absolute howler. What is Mendy thinking now? Why doesn't he just kick it out? Why is he trying to do all this fancy shit? Kick it out, geezer. You did that at West Ham and you got caught out. Why are you repeating it? You should learn from your mistakes, all right? And kick it out. It doesn't matter if we ain't got possession. Just kick the fucking ball out. That's all you got to do. The one thing that fucked up for us today was that we didn't have a CDM. We were open in the middle of the park. I'm going to get into all that. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Big up Zaid in here. Thank you for your Super Minerals donation. Whatever you want to say, mate. If I find you in the chat, because obviously I'm just going to land on Minerals, yeah, then I'll try and find it and shout it out for you, geezer. Yeah. Big up Daddy Tootle in here. Big up Minerals. Mistakes cost us games. Yeah, it does. And the gaffer said it. The gaffer spoke the truth. Yeah, the gaffer spoke the truth. That's what he did. Georgie needs to go. If we can get a replacement, he's built for the Italian league. Prem is too much for him. Yeah, I agree, mate. Fucking agree. It's funny that all the Jorginho stands didn't fucking say nothing today, did they? Didn't say nothing. Mendy set the tone with his cock up, but I'm struggling to find any good performances in the whole team at best average. Well, Mason Mount was our best player. He was our best player. I'm not saying he had his best performance, but out of a bad bunch, he was the best player on the pitch. His ratings tell you that. So I don't know what to say. But people want to come and blame Mount. They all want to blame Mount. That's the first person they want to blame. They want to blame Mount and Havertz and then call for players like Pulisic and Zic to come on. The fucking two wankers that want to leave our football club, they want them to play instead. They want them to play instead. They don't want to be at our football club, but you want them to play. You fucking stink. What kind of fan are you? What kind of fan are you? Fucking joke. Absolute joke. Big up Chronic in here. Lateness is great. Always. Yeah, of course, mate. Of course. Get the likes up, people. I've got 250 people in here. I should have 250 likes straight away without even blinking, people. Without even blinking. Come on. Where's your bollocks at? Where's your bollocks at? I'm just going to look through the chat quickly. Anything I pick up, I'll quickly shout you out. Big up, Dusty. Sorry about your grandfather, Johnny. No problem, geezer. You know, it is what it is. Unfortunately, the result doesn't help, does it? Just throw salt in the wounds. So sad to hear about Granddad. Condolences to your family. Cheers, fella. Cheers. I appreciate that. Big up to all you guys here. Big up to all you guys. Let me just run through. I'm looking. Seppers is in here. Big up to you. Big up to you, geezer. Kim So, Fred, Adam. Adam says, once again, we're going to limp through another season with midfield. Yeah, it's exactly that. It's exactly that. It's exactly that. Big up Jack Henry. Big up Johnny. We've got to stick with the guy. Well, of course we have this. That's not even a fucking discussion. It's because the fans are so reactionary. This stupid fan base, they don't know what they're talking about. The first thing they want to do is come at the gaffer. The first thing they want to do. And then they want to come at Mason Mount. Then they want to come at Kai Havertz because they think they're the problem. They ain't the fucking problem. They've never been the fucking problem. The problem is the midfield. The problem is the slow transitions. The problem is we're fucking all over the shot and there's no imbalance in the team. That's the fucking problem. So name the facts, people. Name the fucking facts. Stop coming out with all this nonsense about pure agendas that you've got on these certain individuals, yeah, to make you feel, you'll make yourself feel better that you think you're right when you're fucking well wrong. I'm sick of hearing this shit. I love the club, man, but I can never gas his team up after games like today, which happens often. Listen, you know, in a way, it's a blessing that it's happened, people. It maybe it kicks fucking, puts a rocket up Bowley's arse to go and get the gaffer exactly who he fucking well wants. And hurry up about it and do it sharpish. Because there's no way you can go with this squad or weaken our squad. Do you understand, right? Mason Mount would have played in the double six. Do you know why he didn't play in the fucking double six? Do you know why the gaffer didn't play him there? There's only one fucking reason, because your only option is Cho who wants to leave, Pulisic who wants to leave, and Ziyech who wants to leave, and they're all fucking not good enough. So what's the gaffer supposed to do? Explain to me what the gaffer's supposed to do. He has to play Minnals Mount now. Mount, I bet he was dying to play Mount in the double six. I don't understand this fan base, how they don't understand, all right? They don't look at it from the outside. They just look at it on the pitch. But you got to understand there's a deeper meaning to why things happen on the pitch like that, all right? There's a reason for it, and you don't fucking understand clearly. So you just want to shoehorn your agendas on everyone. Koulibaly made a fuck up. He got a yellow card. Didn't need to pull the geezer. He got an early yellow card, and that fucked it up for the whole game, man. He couldn't really go in ham. You know, he couldn't go heavy and land it throughout the game. He had to be careful. And that second yellow card was inevitable the way the game was going, and he got the red card. But let's have it right. That fucking referee, how many Leeds players did he book? I would love to know how many Leeds players he booked. Did you see fucking Reece James's socks ripped to shit? Did anyone get a booking? Did any of the Leeds players get a booking? No, I don't remember. I don't recall it, people. I don't fucking recall a yellow card. All right? Very quick to book Chelsea players. All right? Granted, it's 2 yellows sending off. I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying the referee, Leeds are a dirty fucking team. The dirty Leeds. Yeah? They didn't get any yellows. All right? And that fucking second goal was never a free kick. That was a fucking blatant dive. Where was VAR? Where was the ref? You wankers, all right? And we've lost these 3 points today. We've lost a fucking another 3 points last game because of the officials and their piss poor professionalism and how they don't do their job properly. And that's what's happened, people. And we're fucking suffering for it. If we got the 3 points against Spurs, which we fucking well deserve, we wouldn't have this problem now. We wouldn't having a major meltdown. You'd be having your agendas, but it wouldn't be as massive meltdown because we've only got the fucking 4 points. I'm back in my team. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, the pies and mash. I'm going to mud that little prick. Yeah, I'm going to mud that little prick, and I'm going to mud quite a few little pricks I got on the tweets that people screenshotted me. Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about that. Fucking stinky agendas, bruv. You could say that what they did was they played as a team, people. Leeds played as a team. Chelsea did not play as a team today. That's why we lost. It's not about just individuals. It's about we didn't play as a team. There was no unity, all right? There was no fluidity. There was no awareness. Gallagher was lost, mate. He's lost. He's out of his depth at Chelsea in that position. He cannot play in that position. I'm sorry, he can't. The gaffer had to play him. There's no other choice. Like I said, you put Minnals Mount in that position. Who's going to play in that third spot up front? You ain't got no other options. And Pulisic and Ziyech all come on now. Fucking atrocious. Shocking. Shit. They pressed us very, very well. But as a unit, We didn't have that. Do you know why? Because Gallagher and Jorginho ain't got fucking legs to press. They don't know how to do it, bruv. All right? Like I say, they're all over the gaff. When you lose games, the main area of the pitch where you lose games is the midfield. And that is where we lost the game. We lost it in midfield, people. We lost it in the midfield. It's as simple as that. All you lot that said to me, oh yeah, Mendy has to look over his shoulder, you're having a fucking bubble. Well, listen, let's have it right. Mendy made a bad mistake there. Cost us a goal there. All right? The set pieces, the piss poor defending cost us another 2 goals. The referee on the second goal cost us a fucking goal. We still shouldn't have conceded it, but it wasn't a free kick. You know? Mistakes. And in this league, against any opposition, however shit they are, you get done. And that's what happened at Chelsea today. We got done. We weren't on it. We weren't playing as a unit, as a team. It was a far distance between last week's team and this week's team with a minor change. A long way from Starbucks. A long way from Starbucks. It will be Mason Mount FC if people are coming at him and everyone's coming at Mason Mount. So fuck you all. Yeah? And I'll mud you lot. Johnny, I can't stand the Twitter agenda. They're attacking the Gaffer and Mount, Havertz, etc. and TT, Twitter shit. Listen, you lot coming at Mount, you lot coming at the Gaffer and Kai Havertz are fucking hilarious. Do you know that? You're a bunch of clowns. You're wrong-uns. You're idiots. You look stupid, all right? Because the problem was the midfield, people. The problem was the midfield. The problem is the deficiencies in the squad and the positions. Loftus-Cheek's not a fucking wing-back. All right, he might have got away with it at Spurs. We didn't get away with this game when you got people pressing like animals, yeah? All right, Loftus-Cheek, weakness in the team. Gallagher, weakness in the team. Jorginho was a weakness in the team, but no one wants to mention these 3 players. No one wants to fucking mention it. But it's all right for you to mention Mason Mount. What's Mason Mount going to do? He's calling for the ball, but doesn't get it. Gets it too fucking late. Or when he's got 3 players on him. What the fuck do you expect him to do? Be some Lionel Messi and dribble past all these players? Are you fucking ridiculous? Kai Havertz was isolated. Sterling playing as a false 9. He ain't a fucking false 9. So what are you moaning at the attack for? Oh, they don't finish. What fucking chance we create? Mason Mount had the best chance in the whole fucking game. He made the goalkeeper make a world-class save from placing it. And you lot want to come at Mount like he's our worst player. You're just an agenda-driven Mount hater. That's all you fucking well are. Because it's clear as day that when you don't have Kante, you don't have a Kovacic, and you only play Jorginho with some other fucking players that ain't a 6, you're going to struggle. But you don't want to highlight that. What for? Because you want to protect Jorginho. Obvious reasons you want to protect Jorginho. But it's not just about that. I'm not even coming at Jorginho that much, yeah? I'm just saying to you the midfield was fucking imbalanced and it weren't right. And that's where we lost the game. They were too slow in transition. They couldn't recover. They were chasing shadows. When they did recover, they were fucking playing it too slow. They took too many touches. What do you expect your frontliners to do, people? What do you fucking expect? And Loftus-Cheek runs like a fucking cruise ship, bruv. You ain't got no pace on him. You know, when you don't have Reece James as a right wing back, you ain't got no pace. You ain't got no fucking attacking threat. What's he going to do? He just shields it, cuts back, plays it back to Georgie sideways, Gallagher out of position, or he gets the ball, loses it from the press, and then you fucking have to recover again. And that was the same old story throughout the whole game. That's not the Gaffer's fault. It's not the Gaffer's fault. The Gaffer had no choice. He can't play a back 4. He tried a back 4, and we got even more overran. So the fact that he took Gallagher and Jorginho off in the game tells you everything you need to know. He took them both off in one hit. Fucking hell. If that doesn't tell you what I'm telling you, then I don't know what you're watching. I don't know what you're smoking. I don't know what planet you're from. But at the end of the day, that is what it is. You lose the midfield. Koulibaly on a yellow. Cucurella trying to bomb it up there. But if he's not getting the ball in the positions, what threat can he offer? How can he link up with Mason Mount or Sterling? Every time Sterling got the ball, how many times did he fucking lose the ball? And people want to say Sterling was our best player. He was fucking one of our worst frontliners. So, like, it's all favouritism. Put it aside, you fucks. Put it aside. Stop coming at hate and Mason Mount. What's your problem? Let me get the ratings up, you pricks. Let me get the ratings up. Mugs. All right? Let's look at the fucking ratings. Sterling 3.4, Kai Havertz 4.5, both in red zones. Cucurella 3.7, Gallagher 4.8 in the red zone. Mount 7.8, you mugs. Jorginho just about a 6. Ruben Loftus-Cheek 5.2, James 5.8, Silva 6.1. 5.1 Koulibaly. Mason Mount, the highest rater in the team. Do you know why? Because he worked his bollocks off in that team. He was fucking trying to win the ball back. He's trying to make things happen. He's trying to get in positions. He made right ball passes. He had better pass completion rate than all fucking rest of them. So I don't know why you're coming at Mason Mount like he's the worst player on the pitch. There's fucking plenty of other worse players. But I don't even want to go about picking out who's worst out of a bad bunch. It's not about that. It's about understanding the deficiencies in the team. And the balance ain't there. And I'm sorry, the longer you go in this season, I told you lot, if you have Jorginho, Kovacic, Kante, ain't cutting it for the season. It's going to be the same old shit every single game throughout the whole season. And you're going to end up overplaying Jorginho. He's going to have fucking pains. He's going to put in shit performances. Then all the agenda-driven Jorginho fucking haters are going to come on him. And it's the same pattern of play. Gallagher's confidence can be shot to pieces because he just can't. It's his first fucking debut for Chelsea and it went piss poor and we lost 3-0. All right? How's that kid going to cope? Gaffer, you should have played Gilmore. Why didn't you play Gilmore, for fuck's sake? Let him have a chance. He's the most natural in that position. Why didn't he play Gilmore? I don't understand it. I just don't get it. What does he not like about Gilmore, Gaffer? What don't you fucking well like? Out-muscle, do you know what? He'd fucking outspeed them all. He's got the pace, he's got the brain, he's fucking quicker than Jorginho will ever be. He'll help Jorginho. Jorginho and fucking Gilmore at the Etihad run City ragged, and we're talking about Manchester City. So you think he can't do it at fucking Leeds? You know, you can't play Loftus-Cheek wing-back every game. It ain't cutting it, all right? You need that centre-back. You need Fofana. It's clear as day. And you, Liam Towner, you fuck, coming out going, oh, it's clear that, you know, Reece James playing the right centre-back. You need another centre-back. You need a certain someone. Yeah, of course we do. Do you want to get their price up even more? Do you want us to shed out more money, you prick? Yeah? Fuck off with your agenda as well. Yeah? And Simon Johnson, you fucking bald prick. Let's get to him as well. Let's fucking find his tweet. Disgraceful prick. Where is it? Where is this guy? Here it is. Tuchel's last 13 Premier League games at Chelsea coach. So he's only pigeonholed the last 13 games, the prick. Yeah? Disregards the whole other season, all the other games that we've played, but he pinpoints the last 13 games, yeah? All right? Ironically, interestingly. Does that include friendlies, you mug? Yeah? No, it doesn't. It's only Premier League. When we're going for a shitstorm, we've only played 3 Premier League games, you prick. And he wants to put an agenda on Thomas Tuchel. Yeah, and all the people in there going, oh, yeah, Tuchel needs to get sacked. He's getting back too much. He's this and that and that. Listen, people like you, Simon Johnson, are part of the cancel culture. You're there to push a narrative and an agenda against Thomas Tuchel. We ain't even started the season. Bowley, you're trying to force a pressure on Thomas Tuchel and on Bowley to make some sort of decision to make him question his thought process in back in the gaffer. Fuck off. I don't give a shit about your opinions. You're a disgrace. You shouldn't report on Chelsea Football Club, and you're part of the cancel culture, son. That's exactly what you are. That's all you are. Anything that comes out of your mouth is only agenda-driven. To make yourself what? Oh, because you're spitting facts. What facts? Why didn't you pick a whole period, Sunshine? Why you got to pick only 13 games and forget and dismiss that we had Lukaku as part of those 13 games, you mug? Right? So what are you talking about here? What are you talking about? Where are you going with it? Where are you going with it? Yeah? Let's get into this guy. This fucking mug. Mr. Ryan Guinness. You fucking drink too much Guinness by the looks of it. And you're meant to be some sort of fucking tactical analysis geezer. You're a tactical fucking attention seeker. That's what you are, son. We're not going to get ex-player because we can't drop Mount. We can't. Why can't we? Name me one quality that Mason Mount excels, makes him undroppable. No ball retention. Listen to this guy. No ball retention. No 1v1 ability, creativity, finishing. What makes him special, this prick says. What makes him special, he says. Funny that. Player of the season twice. First in goals. First in assists. First in goals and assists per 90. First shots on target. First big chance created. First chances created. First passes into the penalty area. first shot creation actions, first goal creating actions, first carries into the final third, and you got a fucking cheek to ask me what Mason Mount's good at. And you had the cheek, you mug, yeah, because I'm going to expose you now, you fraud, yeah, all right? He comes out with Mason Mount is average decent at many attributes, and this makes him a tactical asset to our team, yeah? However, for a player deemed as special, undroppable, he does not excel at any particular attribute. He's consistently average with few outages in both directions. Simple as what, fella? Simple as you had to fucking delete your tweet, is it? Is it as simple as that, my son? Is it as simple as that? You want to learn those sort of things, yeah? And you want to delete your tweet because you couldn't handle the fucking heat because you know you're talking absolute garbage, yeah? You're talking shit. Is that what you want, yeah? Where is it? Where's this fucking other tweet? My tweet. I gave him my tweet. 29 goals and assists. And you want to come at him. You're an attention seeker, son. So people follow these fuckers, yeah? People follow these dickheads that so-called Chelsea fans and want to put an agenda on Mason Mount. And this guy's got what? 20k followers, 15k followers. He goes on all these football terraces and all these fucking platforms, all these fucking shit wankers. All right. And people want to listen to this and you push that narrative and you come and look at that game and you're analysing from a tactical point of view, that game. And the only thing that you can come out with is Mason Mount. Really? That's the only thing you can come out with. You don't want to talk about the midfield. You don't want to talk about the imbalance. You don't want to talk about players playing out of position. You don't even want to mention Mount playing out of position, getting 29 goals assistant. You fucking wrong'un. You talk absolute shit. I would love you to come on here and fucking, if you got the minerals, you come and explain yourself why you deleted your tweet, you muppet. Yeah? Explain why you deleted your tweet. And people, you can go on there and you can go on my comment. You'll see my comment on my tweet. In fact, let's get it up. I want to prove it. Let's prove it to everyone. So you know I'm not fucking bullshitting. All right? You know I'm not bullshitting. All right? Let's land it. Too many fucking wrong-uns in this game, bruv. Too many wrong-uns in this game. With platforms. How do people follow these people? Do you know why? Because they've all got an agenda. They've all got an agenda. There we go, people. Can you see what it says up there? What does it say? So I put tactical analysis, you say, fella. More like tactical attention seeker. Mel. Oh, and 29 goals has been played out of position, yeah? I put possession. Now, hush your beat, son. Where's the tweet, people? Where's that lovely thread? Where is it? I'm looking at it. What does that say? What does this say? This tweet was deleted by the author. Yeah, I thought it was, wasn't it? I thought it was deleted. Yeah, that's right. So shut your fucking mouth, son. And if you go on platforms and you're a Chelsea fan, land some fucking minerals, mate. Maybe back your players. Maybe just understand that Mason Mount wasn't the worst player, but you want to get the clicks. That's what it's all about, you prick. Let's get the other one up. Who's this one? We'll save that one for after. That was a tasty one. Let's go to Pies and Mash. This fucking absolute little kid, little wrong'un, puts the tackle in and can't get dirty, but incredibly press resistant, and he's about cover. Yeah, we missed cover. Yeah, interesting. Talking about the fucking midfield. Funny that. You talk about midfield, and what's the tweet underneath? Havertz for first one to be benched next game there, and then Mount. Alternatively, both. I don't care. Can't be getting away with performance like that. Unfair on others. You absolute dead in the brain, ball IQ fella. That's what you are. You're a pies and mash with no gravy, dry as fuck, knowing that you got a platform and you're tweeting an agenda against Mount and Havertz when you've just put a tweet out about how we miss cover, when we clearly lack the minerals in the midfield. But you want Mason Mount and Kai Havertz to be fucking dropped. And people follow this muppet. And that's his opinion. He's not even reporting his recycled bollocks. I'm waiting for Frankie de Jong fella, by the way. So what are we saying here, people? Why do you follow this mug? Why does anyone follow this mug? Pure agenda. Pure agenda. This one. Twat. All right, let's look at this one. Let me land the fucking minerals on this. All right. If you give Pulisic the benefit of doubt and start him as consistently as you do with Havertz and Mount, you'll be rewarded with quality football and goals. This is facts. What facts, fella? All the games he's played, what fucking quality football, what quality goals, you muppet, all right? You're obviously an American stan. You're a Pulisic stan. I can clearly see that. And you're talking about dropping Mount and Havertz, yeah? When that player, my son, wants to leave Chelsea Football Club. Another one, Zach Lawless, another muppet. If Pulisic doesn't get the start v West Ham next week, well, we're playing Leicester, fella. Get your fucking facts straight. He needs to go for his own good. We've seen enough of Kai Mount to start this season. I've seen enough of the midfield, fella. Funny enough, you weren't talking like this last game when we outclassed Spurs, but you want to land your personal digs because you love Pulisic and Pulisic wants to leave. And let me remind you, tell me, people, at the top of that screenshot, who liked those two tweets? Who liked those two tweets? And you're telling me the player isn't aware of what his old man's saying. Mark Pulisic, you're an embarrassment. You unlike those tweets. You shouldn't get out on their Twitter. You've done it last season. You're having a dig at the gaffer. You're having a dig again. Listen, why don't you and your boy, Sharpish, fuck off out of Chelsea Football Club? Because clearly you don't want to be here. It's clear as day you don't want to be here. It's clear as day my gaffer don't trust your fucking player because he's made out of biscuits. Unfortunately, he served us what so well, a little purple patch. I backed your boy. I fucking backed him. I've got in countless arguments for this kid, all right? And you want him to leave. He wants to leave because of the World Cup. We'll go. Be my guest. Hakim Ziyech, fuck off, all right? You both came on and what did you do? What did you do? Tell me. What wonderful performance did you bring to our football club? What minerals did you bring against Leeds? Fuck all. Ziyech was booting it all over the gaff. Didn't give a shit. All right? The gaff was forced to bring on two players that don't even want to be at our football club. And these lot have got agendas against fucking Mason Mount, who is diehard Chelsea, proper Chelsea. All right? You don't say that about Reece James. Reece James was nowhere near as good as fucking Mason Mount. Reece James got fucking almost pocketed by Rodrigo, for fuck's sake. Where's the fucking level-headedness here? Where's the respect? You want to come at one player because you got a fucking agenda. Fuck off. It doesn't wash here. Don't come on my channel and expect me to fucking come at my boy. You having a laugh? When you've got other players on there that were terrible, that were nowhere near their levels. And it's all down to balance. It's not their individual faults. It's down to the balance of the team. This is where you get it all wrong and you get it all twisted. Fuck me, what's wrong with people? What's wrong with people? Look at this one. Let me get this one up. All right, expected Chelsea, big following. An uncomfortable truth, no new signing will make us better. Not Uber, not Zaha, no one. Only Tuchel can make us better by changing the system. You fucking, what are you talking about? Change it to what, fella? With what players? Are you thick? Are you stupid? We signed Sterling, one of the Priel's best, and we've created just one big chance for him. In 3 games, he's just had 6 shots because that's down to the midfield, geezer. We haven't got the midfield players to play a different system. That's the problem, mate. Matisse comes. Tuchel's logic on the midfield is beyond baffling. You just witnessed the imbalance in midfield with Gallagher turnovers. You just moved Ruben Loftus-Cheek into the 6 and overlooked Ampadu. Here's the Ampadu agenda. Ampadu ain't fucking good enough for Chelsea. What are you talking about, Matisse? Gallagher ain't good enough for Chelsea. Mason Mount, Reece James, the only fucking one's good enough. Not everyone at Cobham's good enough. And I love Cobham. But be real, son. You've just chased De Jong. That's what the media and the brown envelopes tell us, that we chased De Jong. You don't fucking know we chased De Jong. That's the narrative from the brown envelopes. Until we sign that player, we ain't fucking chasing no one, bruv. All right? You know Cantacova injury prone. The board is listening to speak well. Isn't that lovely from you? Isn't that lovely? More agendas, more digs at the gaffer. More digs. I'm loving to hear what Rory Lennings comes out with, and I'll fucking do a show tomorrow and I'll mud that prick as well. I'd love to hear what that other fucking Nini prick was going to say after Dick riding Tuchel the last game. What's he going to say now? The real agenda, the real colours, the real fucking leopard skins are going to come out now, aren't they? Because the leopard never changed its spots. If you've got an agenda, you've got an agenda. And that was all fake last time. So we're going to see what you come out with. I'm going to wait and I'm going to watch, son. And I'll bring you on here and I'll mud you if you ever come at the gaffer. All right? And I expect you to come at the gaffer. especially Rory Jennings as well. I'm waiting for it. And if you're watching, make sure you do. I would love it. I would absolutely love it if you do. I really would. Yeah? Ampadu, Matisse, bruv. What's wrong with you, geezer? Ampadu. The only player that is remotely near good enough is Billy Gilmore, and you want to put Ampadu in there. When the gaffer's not going to sell him, probably. Gallagher's not a 6. And he's playing with Jorginho. So what do you expect? What do you fucking well expect? What do you expect the gaffer to do? Bruv, I've got over 200 comments in here. I'm going to go through all these comments, bruv. There's fucking too many, man. I can't, people. I can't do it, yeah? Can't do it. All right? And people are coming at the gaffer, yeah? People are coming at the gaffer about him saying we don't need a midfielder. Are you stupid? Do you understand how negotiations work? Do you understand how business works? Let me break it down for you, sunshines. I'll break it down how it works and why the gaffer says what he says. Because if the gaffer comes out and says, yeah, we need a midfielder, what happens to the price tag of any midfielder you go and buy? It rockets, people. Are you happy for Bowley to go and spend double the amount like he's on Fofana? Because now they know we're desperate for a central defender and we're going to have to pay 80 or 85 million and Leicester have got us by the short and curlies. Thank you, Liam Taney. Thank you, Simon Johnson. Thank you, Matt Laws, and all these wankers propping that. Ben Jacobs especially is your player at Leicester and you want to push it up. Yes. Well, the gaffer's not going to come out of that. The gaffer's not going to say that. He's going to back his players. He's going to say, I got players. He clearly knows that the midfield is fucking in dire straits at the minute. He knows that his hands are tied, but he's not going to put his board and the owners in more financial stress to overpay for players. So he's not going to admit that. So stop getting your knickers in a twist and pissing and shitting your pants. Because, oh my God, how can Tuchel not know that? How can he not understand that? Do you really think Tuchel's that stupid? Tuchel's fucking intelligent, bruv. His IQ's levels, mate. He's playing the game with the media. So back your gaffer. Back your gaffer. That's what it's all about. That's what's being a supporter. Yeah? Let me remind you, being a supporter is to back your gaffer, back your team. Yeah? You have to do that. But unfortunately, the deficients got caught. We gave an own goal with Mendy, 1-0 down. The ref fucked us over. Surprise, surprise. Agenda on Chelsea. Yeah, that was a dive, a blatant dive. Any other team that gets replayed is a dive. No foul. Move on. No second goal. Doesn't happen like that because the second goal came quickly after the first goal. Away at Leeds is relentless, and that's what happens. The pressure builds. They're out of their depth, people. I told you, Gallagher and Jorginho ain't got the minerals for 90 minutes to play together. They ain't got it. And it clearly showed. The gaffer took them off for 65 minutes. 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, they did all right. And that was it. That was it, bruv. Yeah? That was it. That's all that it was it. Lewis, I mean, what? Speak on Havertz and Mount. Mount was our fucking best attacker. Havertz was isolated. Sterling was fucking nowhere to be seen. I don't know. You can have your agenda with Havertz all you fucking well want, geezer. But it don't stick with me. And on my platform, it ain't happening, son. So, go on your platform and have a dig with all your fucking Muppets on there to have a go at Havertz all day long, all right? But striker ain't going to change it. It's your beloved Jorginho. That is the fucking problem, mate, because he's too fucking slow. He's not an athlete. He can't chase and recover. He's fucking chasing shadows. But you want to avoid that and you want to speak on Havertz and Mount. I'll speak on Mount. No problem, I'll speak on Mount. Mount was our best player with the ratings there, in your fucking eyes there. 7.9, 7.8. He's always a 7 out of 10. Rightly so. He ain't the fucking problem, right? He ain't the problem. Gallagher with Jorginho, piss poor. That's the problem. So what do you expect if your midfield can't fucking play the ball forwards and quick enough to get to your so-called wingback Loftus-Cheek, who wasn't very good, and Cucurella? Where are you going in the attack? Where's Havertz, Sterling and Mount going to get in the game? Let's be logical, Lewis. Let's be logical. It's not about agendas, mate. It's not about agendas. But speak on the truth. And that is the truth. It's the fucking truth. Yeah? Everyone's got to be in their bonnet with Kai Havertz. Everyone. But I told you, it's about the balance in the team. And there is no balance, people. There is no fucking balance. Where's the balance? Where is it? Tell me. You expect to go in. When I saw Gallagher and Jorginho, I said, fucked. We're fucked. We're fucked. All right? And we were. We were run all over the place. All over the middle of the park, we were run over. Put more pressure on our defence. Put more pressure on Reece James and fucking Koulibaly, Silva. Put more, even Silva made misplaced passes. No one wants to talk about that. Yeah? Silva had to play back four in the second half because we were so fucked. And we lost and we lost another third goal. So I don't know where you're going, man. I don't know what... I don't understand all the agenda, mate. You think going and buying an Aubameyang is going to solve our problem, do you? A fucking 33-year-old ex-Arsenal player. That's how desperate everyone's got, is it? Is that how piss poor our fucking expectations and levels are? All right? When instead you should be looking at a Neymar and a fucking pop striker. And Lewis, no, not being funny. You fucking standing for Lukaku. You wanted Lukaku over Haaland, and you're fucking coming at Kai Havertz. Have some fucking shame, geezer. Have some shame. Crying out loud. Put it aside, geezer. Put it aside. Anyone with Kai Havertz, put it aside. Yeah? What? Because you want to go, oh, he's not a striker. Of course he's not a fucking striker. He's a false nine. He's a fucking 10, false nine. Of course he's not a striker. Well done. Round of applause. Round of applause. But if your midfield don't distribute the ball quick enough and you're slow in transition, what do you expect? Do you know what happens? The ball comes to Kai Havertz, Mason Mount, Sterling. And what did they have to do in this game? Back to goal, hold the ball, try and get their technical dribbling out and fucking try and pass two players under a press. Well done. What do you expect them to do? Turn and fucking score from outside the box every time? Doesn't work like that, mate. Doesn't work like that. Fuck all these haters, man. All the haters on everyone, man. Crying out loud. It's just agendas, bruv. It's just agendas. I don't know what you said, Lewis. Yeah, I don't know what you said about the game, so I'm just going by that comment. But fair play, the midfield was fucking shit. That's where we lost the game. It's nothing on. There's nothing you can say about the attack if the attack don't get the ball quick enough. How do you expect the attack to do the fucking land the minerals? Mason Mount was the only one that had a shot, and he made the goalkeeper make an unbelievable world-class save. I don't know how he saved it. And that would have been 1-0. Sterling always offside. Should have put the ball away and not been offside. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is, yeah? Fucking hell, bruv. Let's put agendas to the side, people. Let's put it to the side and understand that the problems in the squad have been there for 5-6 years. The gaffer can't just magically fucking get rid of all these problems. It takes time. We're in a rebuild. So let's not come at the gaffer. Let's not demand him to play players that ain't the Chelsea level. He's already doing that. He's already doing that. And I'm sorry, Gallagher's not Chelsea level yet. He needs to be bed in. He's not ready to play every game. Roll off the street, bruv. He's not a fucking wing back. We know that. He's had some good performances, but he can't play. You might as well play Alonso on the fucking right. You might as well play Alonso on the right. Yeah? So it's clear you need a right wing back, a backup to Reece, or when you get Fofana, Reece James plays right centre back, happy days. But if Reece James gets an injury, you're fucked again. Unless you play, what's his name? Cucurella left wing back, left centre back. You play Silva and then Koulibaly. That means you can't rest Silva. This is why the gaffer wants 4 centre backs, by the way. He wants 3 he wanted to buy. That's the reason. Just to let you know that Silva's going on 38 and he can't play every fucking game. And the way we're going at this rate, he has to play every game in the back 3 because he's not very good in the back 4 because his legs are gone. You know, he can't sustain it in the Premier League for 90 minutes. Maybe Champions League, you might get away with it, slower pace, but not in the Premier League. But obviously, you guys know that. Everyone knows that. The people that are watching understand that. They understand the tactics. And when you get a little bit older as defender, you know, it's a lot more easier to play the back 3. And the gaffer's already spoken about Thiago Silva's better in the back 3 and Jorginho's better with the back 3. But everyone wants to change the formation. Well, that's fine. Change the formation, drop Jorginho and Thiago Silva. Oh, no, drop Mount and Havertz. Yeah, of course. That's exactly what we're doing, are we? That's what we're doing, are we? Yeah. So what's the gaffer supposed to do? He needs so then I'm saying you'd have Cucurella left centre back, Thiago Silva middle, then you'd have Koulibaly on the right because he's a right footer, yeah, and he's playing on the left at the minute. He'd play on the right. If Reece James gets injured, then you'd have to play Fofana as a right wing back. Fuck me, this is where we're going. Chilwell, you got back up there, so Chilwell at the minute would have to play left wing back, Cucurella left centre back. That's what the gaffer wants. He wants versatility until we get that Fofana signing. Right now, in this current moment, the injuries have killed us. Kante's killed us. Kante's fucking world class. Kante's world class. He's irreplaceable. If Kante was on that pitch today with Jorginho or whoever it is, we wouldn't have fucking lost the battle in the midfield. And that's the bottom line. If you could play Mason Mount with Jorginho in the middle of the park, we still wouldn't have lost the game. But we got no one in the front line to replace Mason Mount in the front line because all those players want to fuck off out of Chelsea. So why should the gaffer play unhappy players and players that want to force their way out? Fuck off. Fuck off. I don't know who's in the chat, yeah? Big up to everyone in here. Like and subscribe, all that jazz. Like and subscribe, all that jazz. Yeah? Like and subscribe, yeah? Let me know what likes I'm on as well, people. Let me know what likes I'm on, people. Yeah. So I don't know why. I don't know why people want to come at the gaffer. I don't know why people want to come at the gaffer for. Yeah. I'm telling you now, there's going to be people now that they're licking their teeth right now. They're licking their teeth right now. And I'm waiting for that footage to come out. I want the footage out, people. And I'll do a special one next week. Yeah, tomorrow. Fuck it, I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, Lewis, Zaha's shit, bruv. Zaha's got nothing in this team, bruv. He's got absolutely fuck all. What don't you understand, bruv? Get me a Frankie de Jong in here ASAP. Get me a fucking Declan Rice. Do you know what? Go and buy me Declan Rice right fucking now. Pay 150 million. I'm done with this Jorginho fucking Kovacic Kante bullshit every season. I'm done with it. Go and get me Declan Rice. If you're going to pay 80, 90 million and astronomical wages for de Jong, go and get me fucking Declan Rice then. Bowley. Go and get... Yeah, bruv. Yes, he is, bruv. Of course he's fucking shit. What's he done? What's he won? How old is the fucking geezer? He's going to be on crutches soon. The geezer shags Moyes' fucking daughter. And you want that sort of player. My silky German's fucking got classmate. He's won trophies for our football club. So show him respect. Don't fucking come at Zaha propping for Zaha. What are you propping Zaha for, bruv? Fucking hell. Zaha's useless, bruv. He'll be another one in the dressing room causing up a stink. Fuck that. I don't want them sort of people. Yeah? Zaha, how many times? These are average players you're bringing up. Do you think Pep Guardiola and fucking Klopp are going to go and look and go, yeah, Zaha's going to solve all our problems. Zaha's the player. Aubameyang's the player. Yeah. This is all dead wood, bruv. You're talking about fucking players that other teams. Aubameyang, why are you going to go and buy Aubameyang? In fact, what's going on, Fab? What's going on, Matt Law? What's going on, Nizar Kinsella? What's going on, Twitch Merchant? Yeah? What's going on with Aubameyang, bruv? Tell me, I'm waiting for Aubameyang. Apparently, personal terms are all done, like Koundé, and it's all sorted. Where is it? Where is it? Where's the deal, mate? Should be quick, like Koulibaly, Sterling, Cucurella. Where is it? Do you know why? Because it's all bullshit. It's all brown envelopes. Yeah? When am I going to see this signing of Aubameyang? When am I going to see this so-called signing of Frankie de Jong? Where am I going to see it? Because you lot are shoehorning our name with these players. All right, and you're going to go and help Barcelona get money for Aubameyang? Fuck off. Let them rot. Let them rot. These are not good enough. You want quality, go out where Neymar's having a big problem with Mbappe, that ninja mutant turtle fucking arrogant pace merchant, bruv, and release free Neymar from that shit club, corrupt club, and bring him to Chelsea and pay the money and get a real fucking baller in the front line. Not Zaha's, bruv, and Aubameyang. All this nonsense. My levels are up here. My expectations and what I want at my football club are out here. Not at the bottom in the fucking mud. The crumbs of the earth. Fuck me. Don't want that shit. Don't want that shit, bruv. Yeah. And all these Muppets going to me, Gallagher's going to be better than Mount. Gallagher's better than Mount. Where are you? You're all in the fucking mud, son. You're all in the mud. You're talking shit. Every single one of you. All right? And people that are going on platforms that I've heard, and they're coming at Thomas Tuchel going, he needs to go, he needs to get sacked. Fucking hell. And there's people in the Twitter going, oh, Tuchel needs to go, he's getting too much power. You muppets, we've been crying out for a manager to get back. We've been crying out for a gaffer to be backed under Roman's era. And you lot always bitching and moaning, look how we got rid of Ancelotti, look how we got rid of Jose Mourinho and all this shit. And you're moaning and you're crying your eyes out. And now we've got an elite manager and he wants to get backed and we're going to get backed. You lot are fucking asking for him to get to the chop. You idiots. What sort of people are you, man? What sort of people are you? Yeah? There's over 378 people in here. A lot of them are probably little Muppet haters or whatever. Fuck off, yeah? All right, so I expect you not to like. I expect all the others to like. I expect all the others to like and subscribe. That's what I expect. You know, I'm passionate about my football club. I don't want to hear nonsense about my football club. This is why I've done my own channel, because I'm sick and tired of going on that time. Look at that Ryan Guinness, whatever the fuck his name is. He's writing on Twitter and had to delete his tweet because he's fucking ain't got the bollocks or the minerals to keep it up there because he knows he's a fucking wrong'un. Yeah, and he's got an agenda against Mount. And he's meant to be a so-called Chelsea fan. Real Chelsea fans, the proper Chelsea, they fucking back Mason Mount. They don't go and fucking pinpoint and say he's the problem. Everyone coming at Mason Mount, he's the problem. He's the fucking problem. He was our best player today. Name me a better player than Mason Mount today. The ratings tell you who's our best player. My eye test tells you who's our best player. But you want to say otherwise. What? To fit your narrative? Or to just say, yeah, they're all shit. Yeah, they're all shit. But what about that guy? What about Havertz? What about this player? What about that player? So it's not just the whole team. You want to pinpoint players specifically. And it's all personal agenda to make yourselves feel better about yourselves. You know? Yeah, I'm right about it. I'm right. You ain't right about shit. I'll tell you who's right, the gaffer. And the gaffer knows exactly what he's fucking got in his squad. And he's just about getting through. And he's trying to defend his players after the press conference. The post-match press conference, he was trying to defend his players. He said, we controlled the game. We did for the first 20 minutes. We gave away a stupid mistake, which was Mendy. All right? Own goal. The referee, I'm surprised didn't bring that up. Maybe he did bring up about the referee. Maybe he brought it up about the referee. All right? But that was a dive from the Leeds player. That was an absolute blatant dive. Should never have been a free kick. They don't score that second goal. Either way, we shouldn't have allowed them to score the second goal. Set pieces. That's down to defence as well. But your midfield is in front of the defence. Let's not forget that, people. That's what happens with a midfield. A midfield is meant to protect your defence. We ain't got no fucking DMs, bruv. We ain't got nothing. But at least put Billy Gilmore in there, bruv, who's got a fucking bit more brain IQ, a bit more fucking guile and calmness and technical ability to fucking get yourselves out of situations and hold the fucking ball instead of just pinging it around so slowly like snails and expecting all your frontliners to just get involved and carry the ball and score some beautiful goals. It doesn't work like that. How's your whole team meant to push forward? And when they do push forward, you've got a massive gap exposing your back three, Reece James having to cover how much fucking ground, all right? Koulibaly having to get booked because he's out, players are out of position and he's out of position. He's having to make up ground. And that's all because your double sixes are always fucking piss poor out of position. And that's the bottom line, yeah? It's the fucking bottom line. Yeah? Drop the link. What? Drop the link for what? For fucking people to come on here? Yeah? You want me to drop the link, yeah? I ain't dropping a link to have people come on here and play music. If I know you, I'll drop the link. If I know you, I'll drop the link, yeah? You know, you're all twerking for Matisse. All right, I'll get Matisse on. Matisse, I'll get you on now. How many likes am I on, people? Get me the likes, bruv. Get me the likes. Get me the likes, people. Right. By the way, my Twitter was all over the gaff the other day. Fuck knows what was going on with it. All right, I've done that link. Who else wants to come on? Yeah. Oh yeah, Goonie, I was going to get on as well. Let me get Goonie on. And I'll get Tony on as well. All right, let's see who else. Listen, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, their time will come. Their time will come. All right. Their time will come mid-season when they're crying, bruv. Yeah. Their time will come. Big up El Padrino in here. Big up Geezer. Where's the other one? Yeah, let's get him in. Fucking people saying about the midfield, and yet they want to come at Mason Mount and Kai Havertz is fucking hilarious, bro. Hilarious. Absolutely fucking hilarious. All right, so Lucy's got the link as well. Everyone's got the link. Yeah, all the people got the link. So come on. Kent ain't coming back, Tom, for about probably 6 weeks by the looks of it. He's out for weeks. By the time he gets match fit, he ain't coming on. He ain't coming on that pitch, mate. He ain't coming on that pitch. Yeah. Like and subscribe, people. Why is no one like and subscribe, mate? Like and subscribe, mate. Fucking mugs everywhere. Well, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for these people. Yeah. Has anyone come out of any nonsense? Has anyone come out of any shit recently? Yeah, on the timeline? Anyone come out? I should be on 300 likes. Easy now, Stretters. What's going on? Get me to the 300 likes. I've got almost 400 people in here. Like and subscribe, people. What's wrong with you? Like and subscribe. People want to come at Kai and Mount, yeah. Want to come at Kai and Mount, yeah. Oh, this was the other one. What's the other one? That what's his name? That fucking geezer. What's his name? Have I got it up? Let me see if I got it up. Let me see if I got it up, people. Let me see. Oh, I didn't put it up. I didn't put it up. That fucking toothpick fella. He's saying, oh, and Lukaku's the problem. You mug. Your stinky agenda for Tuchel. You want Pochettino, you fucking prick. Talking rubbish, mate. Absolute bollocks. You just breathe and speak dog shit. That's what you do. Yeah. It's funny that all the people that are propping for Lukaku, that prop for Lukaku have a Havertz agenda. That's the narrative, people. And the ones that are propping for Lukaku, they're using Lukaku to come at Thomas Tuchel about his formation and that. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Yeah. I'm going to eat my cake, mate. Big up, Christopher, in here. Don't be silly, Lewis. Look, jokes aside, mate. If you want that fucking cement-booted lump of shit lamppost at our football club, I'm sorry. That's going too far. It's going too far, geezer. Way too far. Well, he dick rides for Arsenal now, and apparently his words are that the Liverpool got the minerals. Yeah, apparently so. Apparently so. It's the Minerals Madeira cake, geezer. Minerals Madeira cake with a lovely cup of brew. A lovely cup of brew. Big up Wheezy in here, mate. If you look at the lineup posted prior to the game, everyone was stoked with that lineup. Fuck is Tuchel supposed to do when we have Deadwood everywhere? Well, there you go. There you go. There you go. Listen, you can say players are shit, certain players are shit, but the bottom line is, yeah, the balance was wrong in the team. It was too slow. What's your attacker supposed to do? What are they supposed to do if the transition is slow? They're out of position straight away. Straight away, they're out of position. So what do you expect them to do, geezer? All right, you can come at Mason Mount and you can come at Kai Havertz all you fucking well want. Even Sterling was fucking piss poor today. No one wants to talk about that because he's our new signing. All right, let him bed in. That's the excuse. Let him bed in. But it's all down to midfield. Big up, Matisse. Let's have it right, geezer.
What's the problem? Why are you reviewing my tweets on some madness? I don't understand.
What do you mean reviewing your tweets? What's that about?
I've literally got a DM from another creator. I'm not going to name his name, and they're saying that you're saying that I've got an agenda against Tuchel because of a tweet that I put out. First of all, you don't understand the tweet. You're misinterpreting the tweet. You know, making the videos yourself that just because you tweet something doesn't mean people are going to understand the full context of what you're saying. And I'm off the Big Six last week defending the shit out of Tuchel. I'm not asking for Ampadu. I said that if you're what I meant is if you're overlooking Ampadu, which he did, he overlooked him, an option at DM, then that means you need to bring in a DM. And then the quotes come out after the game saying, I don't need a midfielder because I have Gallagher, I have Loftus-Cheek, I have Mason.
Yeah, because if he doesn't say that, Matisse, if he goes out and says, I need a DM and I need this player, right?
So why does he say he needs a striker but he doesn't need a DM? Why would he this logic people are trying to say that
I'll explain the logic. I'll explain the logic to you. The logic about needing a striker is because he's offloaded Lukaku, he's offloaded Werner. They're your two strikers. So goes without saying, common sense tells you need a striker. Brozier's injured. You're going to get rid of Hakim Ziyech. You're going to get rid of Pulisic. You're going to get rid of Cho. So you need a forward, geezer. That goes without saying. But
you're criticizing Gallagher, saying that he's not good enough. This very manager manager is the manager that promoted Gallagher. It's his responsibility. If Gallagher's not good enough, that's on Tuchel. I love Tuchel. I've defended Tuchel to the high heavens.
Not on Tuchel.
It is because he wanted him. He wants to keep him. He wants to keep him.
What else is he going to do?
If you
What
say
else he
that
gonna
Gallagher's
do?
not good enough, then why is he keeping him? Why doesn't he just
He's
sell him
not a
then?
6, geezer. Is Gallagher a 6?
So why did he play him in there then?
Because he's got no other choice to play in there.
So why keep him and not get rid of him? Because there's many clubs that are interested
Because
in bringing a 6.
he's relying on his recovery. That's what he's relying on.
No, that's not good enough. If Gallagher's not Chelsea level, you either
so,
sell
so
him.
your agenda's on Tuchel now then?
No,
Is that
there's
what
no
you're saying
agenda
about
on
Gallagher?
Tuchel. You are misusing the word agenda. No, I'm not. No, I'm criticizing fairly because, in my opinion, today he
Why
got
are
it
you
wrong.
criticising the gaffer? Has he not got enough shit on his plate, bro?
That's ridiculous, Johnny. That's ridiculous.
What do you mean that's
ridiculous? You can't just say
Why
that
is that ridiculous?
anybody who has any constructive criticism for Tuchel is completely agenda driven and wants him out just because they think an element of his game today he got it wrong. Tuchel many times last season.
Right? How many
times came out last season and got it wrong? Do you think Tuchel has an agenda against himself?
How many problems has Tuchel had with a squad that ain't his? Tell me. Name them.
We know this. That's the context. But at the end of the day, you still have to get decisions. You still have to make decisions correctly throughout that. Don't you,
what
Johnny?
decision? What other players are you going to play in the double
You
six?
complain that Mason Mount isn't performing. Who's playing him there?
Who's saying he's not performing? Who?
What? He's not performing, is he?
Why is he not performing? He's our best player.
Did you think he was good today? Do you think he was good today?
He was our best rated player.
How was he our best player today?
He was our best rated player, bruv. There he is. It's in your face, mate.
Are you really taking SofaScore ratings and you're telling me that's accurate?
Geezer, I go with the eye test as well.
I didn't see Mason in the first half. What did you see?
What did I see? I
saw a shot from Mason.
What did you see
from Mason?
You want to come at Middles, man? You want to come at Mount after
you want to come at Middles round. You want to come at Middles round. And again, I'm going to say Havertz.
You're saying he was our worst player now.
No, I didn't say he was our worst player. Don't put words in my mouth. I said he did. I said nobody performed well. I'm not here to praise anybody. Nobody played well. But you want to single out your. You want to no. Listen. You want to single out. You want to single out your favourites like Kai, like Mount, and you put them on this pedestal that they're much better than everybody else. They didn't play well. Did Havertz play well as well?
Hold on. If you listen to me, geezer. Throughout my whole stream, yeah. If you listen to my whole stream, yeah. All right, yeah. What did I say was the main problem in this game? What
you told me? I wasn't watching your stream. All I know is that you called. I was busy. I was busy. No, I was busy. But you called me out.
You're not busy now, and you're on here now. So let me land the minerals now.
Right, but then tell me then. What is
the main problem? Was the fucking midfield, mate. That's the problem. That's why Mason Mount, Sterling, Kai Havertz don't get the ball because it's too slow in transition. That's the problem. That's always been the fucking problem.
And who's got the backing?
Hold on. When you don't have Kante and you don't have Kovacic, right, your backups are shit. And you're
same shit as last season, Johnny. Same shit as last season. You know that they're injury prone.
But you ain't signed the Declan Rice, so what are you supposed to do?
Oh, so without Declan Rice, we can't do anything. So we can't go and get anybody else. So there's no other midfielder in the world. There's only Declan Rice.
You want to come to Chelsea? Who do you want to play? Tell me. Who are you going to
play? It's mad. So many other teams needed midfielders. Manchester City needed a midfielder. They got Phillips. Tottenham needed a midfield, they got Basuma. Man United needed a midfield, they get Casemiro. Hold on, let me finish my point. But the only midfielder out there in this world that we can play in this position is Declan Rice. So you tell me something. If Declan Rice goes to another club, can we not buy anybody else now? What are we doing here?
Going to another club.
So we're going to wait. So what you're trying to tell me is that we should wait a whole season, jeopardize our season in midfield, an issue that you know is the problem, I know is the problem, because we're waiting on Declan Rice. Or should we actually go and get another midfielder and then go for Declan Rice after, like a big club actually does? And let me tell you something as well.
Name me the midfielder.
No, I'm not a scout. The midfielders that I wanted are all gone. No, hold on. I'm not finished. The midfielders that I wanted are all gone.
If you want to bring in a DM and it's not Declan Rice, who are you going to bring in?
All of the midfielders I wanted, Tchouaméni, I wanted Basuma, all the midfielders I wanted are already gone. They're all gone. They're all gone. Why doesn't he want them? Why does he want them?
Chelsea.
Why doesn't he want them?
Chelsea.
Why does he not want them? But he wants Gallagher. Do you know why? Because he wants Gallagher, and that's what you have to admit. He wants Gallagher.
It's not because he wants Gallagher.
There's Gallagher.
All the brown envelopes coming out about Gallagher might be going for 40 million back to Crystal Palace or on loan.
He wants Gallagher. He said it. It's been quoted many times. He sees Gallagher as like a
players, bruv. He needs a squad for fuck's sake. He's lost Soul. He's going to lose Barkley. He's going to lose all these deadwoods. He's going to have no backup to Kante, Kovacic and Jorginho. And at the end of the day, you need to get rid of Jorginho if you want to play fucking proper minerals in the midfield.
So if he knows he needs a midfielder and he knows Cover and Kante are injury prone and we have to get Rice, right? Because there's no other option out there in midfield. Then why is it that he's quoted as wanting Gallagher and that he sees Gallagher as a good replacement for Kante?
He's not a replacement Kante. He's just not that, bruv. And you know it. You know he's not a replacement for Kante.
So why is that? Why is that a quote?
Well, that's his quote, bruv. He's protecting his players, mate. That's what he's doing. He's got to listen. He came out today and he basically said, look, I've got all these midfielders. I'm not looking at midfield right now, because the moment he says I'm looking at midfield, everyone's going to rocket up their price like they have with Declan Rice. Everyone knows we're screaming out for Declan Rice. Everyone knows we want a Frankie de Jong. The brand Emirates telling us we're putting a bid for Frankie de Jong. That remains to be seen. I'm waiting for that fucking magical deal to happen, which I don't think is going to happen, and we're just being used. So in the day, if there's no Frankie de Jong and there's no Declan Rice, who the fuck is out there to go and buy? There is no one.
There's nobody.
Where?
Okay, there's nobody then. There's no midfielder out there that you can bring in.
Name me a quality player, bruv. You can't even name me one.
I've already named you all of the targets. It's the 21st of August. I'm not a scout. But it's the 21st of August. You should have brought in somebody by now.
What you're just saying there, though, is like, oh, it's almost the 31st of August. Yeah? Like, we haven't been sanctioned and we ain't got a footballing director.
Johnny.
It takes time to do these deals.
Johnny. So have you ever? Let me ask you some questions. Have you ever criticised Tuchel before on this channel?
The only thing I doubt him with is why I didn't play Gilmore.
So do I. But does that mean you have an agenda then?
That's not an agenda, because I back my gaffer.
I back him as well.
I back him with everything.
Hold on, I back him as well.
You just brought up Gallagher's situation. You brought up all this shit, bruv. You brought up Ampadu.
Because I don't agree with the way he's using Gallagher.
Well, that's your opinion, bruv. That's your opinion.
Do you think Gallagher's best in the pivot?
I've always said he's not a 6.
Right then. So why is that? Why is that wrong?
He's got no choice, bruv.
No. You're not making any sense.
Bruv, 1 second, bruv.
You just said you like Gallagher, and you just said you like Gilmore, but the very gaffer that you're telling me can do no wrong chose not to bring Gilmore. He chose not to give him a squad number.
He's
what, Gilmore? The same Gilmore that you rate, that I rate, that he didn't give a squad number.
Yeah, but that's not my decision, bruv.
Oh my God, Johnny, this is wild. This is wild.
Listen. Hush a minute. One sec. Yeah. All right. If he's not got Kovacic or Kante, who are by far first teamers, our best players in midfield. All right. He hasn't got either of those two players. Who else are you going to play?
You just
Gilmore looks like he's going, so they don't want to.
Who's deciding that Gilmore's leaving? Who's deciding that Gilmore's leaving?
He hasn't even got a squad number, is he?
Who decided that?
Well, the brown envelope's telling us he's going on a permanent deal. Bro.
Who decided that Gilmore wouldn't be involved this season?
That's Gaffer, mate.
All right, then. All right, I'll be back in a minute because you're not listening. You're not listening. I'll be back in a second, bro. I need to quickly finish this up. But you just agreed, and I agree, that Gilmore is better than Gallagher in this position. The manager decided that Gilmore is not going to play in this position. It's going to be Gallagher. And then you complain that other people criticize.
For it?
No, you just criticize and move on. You just say, I don't agree. You just criticize and say, no. You just say, all you do is come out and say, I know it's not money. No. All you do.
I'm not criticizing my gaffer. I am merely giving my opinion.
Your opinion.
I'm not going to come at the gaffer for it. Am I coming at the gaffer for it?
Bro, you can see it as coming at the gaffer all you want. At the end of the day, if you have an opinion,
you're fucking coming at the gaffer.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You're just over defensive. That's all it is. You're just over defensive for no reason.
The manager's won 3 fucking major honors.
We all know this. You're just over defensive. You're just over defensive. I do back the manager, but I also disagree with certain things that he's done. No, because maybe I don't sound like you. That's the difference. Maybe I don't sound like you.
What?
Because you're saying that, I'm not parading around. Tuchel can do no wrong. Tuchel back the gaffer. I disagree with certain. I disagree.
Apart from now,
I disagree with what he done, and I voiced it. Then we move on to tomorrow. That's how it works.
What signings Tuchel made apart from now? What signings he made?
I'm not talking about signings, Johnny. We're talking about Gilmore right now. Don't change the conversation.
This is not his team, bruv. He's inherited this team, all right? He's lost 2 major central defenders, experienced internationals. He's only
Johnny, I'll be back. I'll be back, Johnny. I'll be back.
All this shit going on, bruv.
Johnny, I'll be back because I actually want to talk about it with you, but you're not understanding the point that I'm making is that you rate Gilmore more than Gallagher in the pivot. Tuchel rates Gallagher more than Gilmore in the pivot. And then we were shit today. We weren't press resistant. So you disagree, and then so do you think
he might not be, bruv? He might not be. All I'm going by is the attributes of Billy Gilmore and the performance.
So am I. So am I.
City, that's it. We've called
so am I. Exactly.
But that's one.
So am I.
The thing is, right? Yeah, where you have to understand from the gaffer's point of view is Billy Gilmore has had the worst loan. He's gone back in his development. So is it a step too far? Whereas Gallagher's ahead because he's had a better loan. And I think that's the only reason Gallagher gets over Gilmore. That's the only thought process I can go with it. Whether I'm saying to you that I think Gilmore is a better talent than Gallagher by far. He's got more.
So is that not misprofiling?
No, it's not. I think it's just that the gaffer needs to get a balance between bringing in the youth in the squad to get rid of the dead wood in the squad, and he thinks Gallagher's more ready than Gilmore, and that's what he's done.
But Gallagher clearly isn't ready for the role that he needs him to play in.
I don't think he is, and I think today the gaffer's been proved that.
Right,
I think the gaffer's
I'll be back in a second, bro. I'll be back in a second because I don't understand how we're disagreeing on this when we both agree that Gilmore is the better player in the position. But it's mad, is what it is.
I've always said Gilmore's the minerals, bruv. He's the best talent with Mason Mount and Reece James, but I don't understand why the gaffer don't want him.
Exactly.
I don't think he thinks he's
neither
ready.
do I.
I don't think we'll sell him. I think he'll go on loan. I don't think he'll sell him. Especially if you don't get Frankie de Jong. If you don't get Frankie de Jong, you cannot sell Gilmore. Fucking hell. You can't do it. Yes, Lewis. Where is he? Where is this geezer now?
Fuck.
Your reception's gone, bruv. Big up everyone in here. Like and subscribe, people. Like and subscribe. We got Chinese Whispers here. All for it. Get yourselves on the Minerals FC. Get yourselves on the Minerals FC, bruv. Up the Chelsea. Up the Minerals FC. We move. We move. Come on, people. What's going on, bruv? Where are you? Where's Gunny? Where's Tony, bruv? Where's Lewis now? Where are you? Where are you, people? Oh, yeah, Julius is a good one as well. Where's Julius, bruv? Let's get Julius on here as well, people. Let's land it, bruv. Where is Julius? Here he is. Let's get Junius in. We're all good, bruv. Lewis has disappeared, bruv. I don't know what's happening to his reception, people. Yeah, his reception's gone. Listen, I ain't give a fuck, mate. If he does sell Gilmore, I said it. I won't like it. It won't leave a nice taste in my mouth. But I'm going to back my gaffer either way. I'm backing my gaffer all the way, mate. All right. But he didn't have a choice, mate. He didn't have a choice in this game, and it is what it is, people. It is what it is. Yeah. But I think he goes on loan, people. I don't think you sell him. And if you buy Frankie de Jong, he'll probably sell him. If you don't get Frankie de Jong, I think then the gaffer's got to make a call on Billy Gilmore. I don't think you can go a whole season with these same players in the four players. You can't do it. They're obviously looking at a midfielder right now. Maybe he's relying on Frankie de Jong. I don't know what the board are doing, bruv. But they ain't got a lot of time. And it needs to be sorted. It needs to be sorted. But if it doesn't get sorted, it's not the gaffer's fault. It's down to the board. And it's down to the board to buy the players and get the deals over the line. And if they're not doing that, then it's not the gaffer's fault. That's not the gaffer's job, is it? The gaffer gives the names of players and he says, go and get me these players. These are the players I want. And if he's not getting them, it's not his fault. And he's got to make do. And he's the best problem-solving manager I've seen at Chelsea. There is no problems with Tuchel. I ain't got a fucking issue with Tuchel. But tell me who else he plays. Gilmore's not got a squad number. He's not in the squad, so he's not going to play Gilmore. He's not going to play Loftus-Cheek. He's playing in wing-back. So your only choice is Gallagher in the pivot, unless you play Mount. If you play Mount in the pivot, like I say, I keep repeating, you're going to have to play an unhappy Ziyech or Pulisic in the front three. And the gaffer ain't going to do that. Those players want to leave our football club. There's too many players in our team that want to leave. So what's the gaffer supposed to do? His hands are tied. He has to play Gallagher. He must know he's not a 6. It's clear as day. In the second half, he actually pushed Gallagher up so he can get more involved because that's his position. He's more of an 8. He wants him as a Kante progressive player. But he needs time for that. He needs to be bed in. And Leeds away is a tough game. But listen, this is the thing for Gallagher. All right? When you get thrown in at the deep end at Chelsea level, you have to perform. If you don't perform, then this is the outcome. You don't get another chance. You get very few chances. That's the bottom line. Do as Wheezy said, yeah. Like and subscribe, people. Like and subscribe. I've sent the links out, so I'm waiting for them. Where are they? I'm waiting for them, people. I should be on over 400 likes, people. Like, subscribe. And also, all you little, how can I say? The little minions that are doing Chinese whispers, trying to shit stir. Name yourself and come on here. Name yourself and come on here. Simple as that. Name yourself. Don't do all this hiding in the corner business. It's very, very pussy-like. It's not very nice, is it? No minerals, bruv. No bottle. No minerals. Just hide behind a keyboard. Keyboard warrior. Is that what it is, yeah? Is that what it is, people? Yeah? Like and subscribe, people. I'm literally, 5 off 3.1k. Come on. My 6th week, 7th week, we're going towards 4k, people. Like and subscribe. Land the minerals, people. Land it, yeah? Land it. Let's have it right. So, it is what it is, people. The growth of the channel is lovely. Apparently, I've got a small channel. It might be small, yeah, but my minerals, my bollocks are large. So, it is what it is. And I don't want to be on Sky Sports. I don't want to be on Talk Sport. I don't want to be on all these platforms. It's not what it's about for me. I don't want to be a journalist either. I don't want to bumlick other journos. That's what I don't want to do. So, it is what it is. Yes, big up Patriot, British Patriot. You're bang on it, mate. You're absolutely bang on it. Big up, Johnny. Haters watching closely. Like and subscribe, people. Like and subscribe. Love that. Love that shit. Come on, geezer. Come on, people. What's going on? Talk to me in the chat. You've all gone quiet. Everyone's gone quiet all of a sudden. What are you going quiet for? It doesn't look like it, does it? Doesn't look like it. I'm used to being like this on other people's channels. And then I just said, you know what? I can't be asked for all that nonsense. I just do it myself. Do it myself. What are we saying in the chat, people? What are we saying in the chat? Yeah. Of course, Tuchel sees. Tuchel understands everything, mate. He knows and understands. He knows better than me and Matisse that's come on here. Anyone talking in the chat, anyone who's got a platform, anyone who thinks they know better than the gaffer, you don't know. I'm going by what I think. Does it mean I'm right? No, but I'm right about Minerals Mount. Yes, I am. 100%. I'm right about the midfield. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm right about the rebuild. I'm right about everything the Gaffer's gone through, but everyone wants to dismiss what the Gaffer's gone through. Oh, yeah, that's in the past now. Fuck that. We don't want to look back at that. We just want to continue, look at the now and the small little pigeonhole period, and we're going to go and start criticising the Gaffer. That's what everyone thinks they've got the right to do now, is criticise the Gaffer. Do what you want. Opinions are opinions. But if you're criticising the Gaffer, then I don't know, mate. I think he's the last person to criticise, if I'm being honest. What? Because we lost 3 points? Wow. We're going to criticise the Gaffer. Interesting. Very interesting. What are we saying, people? What are we saying? Like, subscribe, 400 people in here. 400 people in here. Get me. I'm literally about 4 away from the 3.1. Come on, people. Land your minerals. Get me to the 3.1. Let me grow. Let me grow where I belong to grow. Yeah. It's taken me 7 weeks to get here. 7 weeks I've got here. 7 weeks. Think about that. On my own. 7 weeks. Not bad. Not bad for a small channel. Not bad for a channel where you're all in here. Not my chat. Talking about people that view. You know who you are. You know who you are. What's this? Tuchel was the best manager we got. Exactly. There's no need to criticise him. What are you criticising for? Minerals taking on everyone on is lovely. Being positive doesn't sell unless you're joining. Yeah. Well, I'm positive and I'm backing my Gaffer. Simple as that. I said that Gallagher is not a 6. Everyone knows he's not a 6. But everyone's going by the narrative, as Matisse just said, that the Tuchel's come out and said he can be a Kante. Is Kante a 6, people? Is Kante a 6? He's not a 6. He's not a 6. Is Kante a 6?
No. God, no. He's fucking... No. He's not a 6.
Exactly.
Not,
so
of course he's not a 6.
If Gaffer says... If the Gaffer says he's Gallagher as a Kante, he's not saying he sees him as a 6.
But, bro, he even played Ruben in the 6 today, bro.
Yeah, but Ruben, he had to play Ruben because Ruben was getting run ragged on the wing-back situation, and he took Gallagher and Jorginho off. He had to do it, Geezer.
Do you think Trevor Chalobah or Ampadu, Trevor Chalobah, who played as a 6 at Lorient in France at times in DM, Ampadu, who's played DM for his country, not saying he's good enough. Like I said in my tweet, I just feel like if you're not going to use him, you clearly don't rate him. So therefore, you should know that you definitely need to bring in a DM. If it's not Declan Rice, you definitely have to bring in a DM because you can't just leave Jorginho as the only sitter in this team. Why not bring in one of those 2 guys instead of playing Ruben, who was absolutely spanked up against Brentford in the 6 last season?
I think it's because with Ruben, he trusts his technical ability, his physical build, and he's obviously... Ruben sort of proved his versatility. So I think Ruben's given him a chance. I think for the Gaffer probably sees Ampadu and definitely Chalobah. I've seen Chalobah's DM. Was it against Zenit? And he was terrible, bruv. And I think he got injured and then taken off. But I don't see Chalobah as a DM, mate. I just don't. And I think the Gaffer has assessed, he works with these players in and out. So
does every manager, bro.
Yeah, I know.
So get things wrong.
No, I don't. Well, I don't think he has got things wrong. I don't think he gets things wrong. I think he puts trust in players. And he's got to put trust in some sort of players. Fuck me. If you can't put... Look, I've said it. There's only about... But take away the signings that we've made, there's only about 5 players that are good enough at Chelsea, mate. Everyone else is not that level.
Yeah, what about Kai Havertz? Because I know you're a big fan of him. I'm a big fan of Kai Havertz, but at some point he's got to step up. He's not being consistent.
I think the deficiencies in the team, the balance is affecting Kai more than anyone else in the front line. And I think Kai has also had that cement-booted rat last season. Fuck it all up for him. And everyone knows that. And he's had inconsistencies, had injuries. The year before that, he had COVID, new into the country, Lampard, change of managers, and then obviously balled out, won Champions League. We won the Club World Cup with him. He's clutch, we know that, but it's the consistency game with Kai. But how can you get consistency with Kai if he's not going to play with a consistent team? The team that Tuchel plays is down to the injuries that we have. You know, we've had countless injuries all last season. Chile's coming back. We brought new signings. They need time to bed in. It's all disjointed at the minute. We played amazing at Spurs. We brought the minerals at Spurs, but we got done by the officials. Yeah, that's the agenda. But you know, you pick that same team thinking, yeah, these guys are going to kick off. But Leeds came at us today, and the midfield just got done. Clear as day, got done. And the gaffer took them off on what, 60th minute?
If Jorginho signs, I know you don't rate Jorginho. I
do rate him. I do rate him. Yeah, of course I rate Georgie, and I back Georgie. But what I'm saying to you is, if he doesn't have the right player next to him, he gets exposed even more. And he did today. He got exposed. He was chasing shadows, bro. He was all over the gaff. And it's not, you know, he did recover. He did recover in certain periods. He did recover very well. You know, he got some balls like in, you know, where you want your players to break up the play. He's done that sometimes. But when he gets the ball, he's too slow. Gallagher's out of position. You know, he ain't a Kante Kovacic, can't carry it. You know, Gallagher took about 6 touches, bruv, most of the times. Every time
exactly. Gallagher has the most touches, but he's the player that is probably the least gifted in possession. He's a player that off the ball has good work rate, counter presses, gets into the box, scores goals. That's what he did at Palace. But my point is, and this is a serious question to you. You know that Tuchel rates Gallagher. We know that and I agree, we are caught in between two minds systematically, whether we play a 3 at the back or we play a 4 because we don't have a DM to potentially switch to a 4. Jorginho needs Kante. We saw it for Sarri. We saw it at Napoli when he had Allen. He needs someone who's got energy next to him to help him in transition, etc. Recover. Yeah. But if you know, as your Tuchel, and you play a possession-based system, and you know that your pivot is injury-prone, it doesn't cover for Jorginho's weaknesses in transition physically or speed-wise. You know that Kante is injured. You know that Cover's going to get injured. You know all of this information from last year. And you know that Gallagher in possession is pretty average. Let's be real. We're seeing Kevin De Bruyne against Newcastle split lines of defense, and Gallagher can't do that. He's off the ball, like I said. Then why are we hearing such great quotes before preseason even starts that Gallagher's 100% in the team before preseason starts? But Gilmour, who we both know is better on the ball, more press resistant, not involved, doesn't get a squad number. And Purdue has played DM before, may not be good enough.
Why though, Matisse?
But it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, Johnny.
I'll explain why. I think with Gilmour, his development was retracted. All right, at Norwich, it was the worst loan, and Tuchel didn't want him to go on loan. All right, it was Gilmour that wanted to go on loan.
But we both know that Gilmour was better at Chelsea around better players. People have bad loans and come back and still done
Lamps knew that. Lamps knew that, but everyone said Lamps' talent ID's piss poor. But I think what I will say is the development process has held him back, and now I think he might have bulked up a little bit, but he did miss a lot of bulk this season. The managers didn't favour him too much. You know, he wasn't getting a lot of support from the fan base, getting called a rent boy. So that affects the whole dynamics. The other thing is, I think with Gallagher, he's had a better loan. But with Gallagher, I think when you talk about him, what he says in the press, he's got to say things like that. Because if they're in the event that they do want to sell him, all right, they're making out they don't want to sell him. Like West Ham doesn't want to sell Declan Rice, like certain players don't want to sell, Leicester don't want to sell Fofana. And it gets the value up on these players if they do sell them. That's the tactic. That's just business. You've got to be like that as a manager.
I would understand that if
you can't just expose your player like that and say
he exposed the whole attack in pre-season, Johnny. He said same problems in attack. What do you expect? Same players. Yeah, does that not devalue Pulisic, devalue Ziyech, devalue all of these attackers? Why is the same rule not applying?
But you're not taking into consideration that those players want to leave.
It doesn't matter who wants to leave and who wants to stay.
It doesn't matter because Johnny, it shouldn't matter because players. No. Listen, Tuchel doesn't want players that don't want to be there, bruv.
I get that. But if players want to stay, but they don't fit with the system and they're also not good enough for Chelsea, they also need to leave as well. We shouldn't just be keeping players that want to stay.
They're not Tuchel's players. The ones he's getting rid of are not Tuchel. None of them are Tuchel players.
None of them are
players. Yeah. So only now Sterling, Koulibaly, Cucurella, Chuck Winnerals, Hutchinson, what's the other young kid?
All the players signed this season. But then is that not a weakness of him being too nice and saying, "Oh, I love Gallagher's work rate and the fact that he wants to make it at Chelsea. Well, I want to play for Chelsea. You want to play for Chelsea, but just because we want to play for Chelsea doesn't mean we should play for Chelsea." He's meant to be
but I think
identifying exactly what he wants.
let's be realistic, Matisse. Yeah? You sell Gallagher, you sell Ampadu, you sell Gilmore. Argument's sake, you sell Brozier, you sell Cole. We didn't sell Cole. All Brown Evans told us we were selling Cole. We didn't. We loaned him. The gaffer wanted a loan. He didn't want to sell him. So credit to the gaffer there. Let's give him a thumbs up there. What are we going to do? Sell all those players on top of all the first teams that are shit? They're not good enough and don't want to be there. And then you got to bring in another, 10 players? It's unrealistic. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to find a stopgap at the minute, a balance of players that he feels that he likes, that have got the mentality, the right development. And I think Gallagher's a better developed player than Gilmore at the minute. I'm not saying he's a better player. I'm saying he's better developed at the minute. He's had a proper first team running at a decent team. Crystal Palace have done very well under Vieira.
My
Gilmore
point
didn't have that.
It's not
in a relegation battle.
But
and I love Gilmore, bruv. So
you can have I agree with you. He had a better loan, way better loan. Even though I think it was slightly overhyped because second half of the season he wasn't at the same level as he was at the first start of the season. But there's no point having a great loan at a club that play a completely different formation, that play a completely different style, that counter press, all these things, and saying he had a great loan. And then he comes back into this system, which is completely different. It's possession based and you need to have different responsibilities. He's now playing deeper. You need to be better on the ball. You need to be press resistant. You're not expected to crash the box as much as you were at Palace. You have more possession. What's the point of having the great loan over there, doing all of these things and then coming here and none of those things are applicable and we're actually doing completely other things?
Do you know what I think it is? Yeah. And I think the thought process is right. I think Gallagher, I've always said it, if you put him in a midfield three as a backup to Mount, that's what works. All right. It doesn't work in a double six. He's only been forced to play him right now in this game. He's probably looked at the fitness of Gallagher. He's had a bit more minutes. He's better conditioned than Ampadu and Chalobah, who haven't had any run up. So I can understand the thought process there. But if you're going to go and get a Frankie de Jong, maybe there's a hope that the gaffer's got a thought process of a mixture.
Do you think that will happen? Because I'm pretty sure I've heard you say that won't happen.
No, I don't think it does. But I'm saying if you're going by what the Brown Emirates are saying, pushing all this shit that we're going to get Frankie de Jong or that Harry Redknapp saying we got, he wants to come to us, maybe it might happen. Maybe. But it's a 50-50. But I'm saying if you don't get Frankie de Jong, what's the next option? Because I don't know who else there is.
There should be a list though, and this is the thing. Tuchel, one thing I will say is he's in a position that he's not comfortable in. Todd Bowley's in a position that he's not comfortable in. They're both doing more than what they should be. They should have a structure. We know it's too soon. We had sanctions. They'll get the DOF later. But my point is that if you've had a season where it's been square pegs, round holes, Ziyech is out of position. I personally think he's too limited. I don't believe in the fact that if we play a back four, suddenly all these attackers change. I don't believe that logic. Take a look at Ziyech, Pulisic. All of these guys I feel like are very limited and they're very circumstantial. They can only do things in certain areas and even then they're still inconsistent. Why would you then add more players like Gallagher, put them in square pegs, round holes? I know you're saying it's a stopgap, but you have the window of your dreams in a way. You have unlimited money, it seems. We could spend 300+ million. You have say on ins, outs, everything, but yet you're still forcing yourself into uncomfortable situations where you're setting yourself up to fail in a way in terms of player profile and putting people in wrong positions. We've just both admitted that Gallagher needs to play in a free, either for Mason Mount or on the bench. And I agree with that. I don't think they should even play together because I think people underrate Kovacic, etc. But if we're not going to see that, then you need to find players that can do what you need them to do.
I think this is a one-off at the minute. Personally, I don't think he's going to play Gallagher in the six very often, if I'm being honest. And I think he sees him just as a squad player. Bring on someone, He brought him on against Spurs, and again, we sort of suffered a bit for me with Gallagher and Loftus-Cheek in there. Whatever reason, he took Jorginho off. That's another example. All right, but he needs to get a balance, and I think the difference between a Gallagher and a Ziyech, a Werner and all these other players is that kid wants to fucking play at the club. The other lot don't want to. Tuchel's been forced for it to be broadcasted because the player's dad, what's his name, Mark Pulisic, has come out. He's writing tweets today. He's already come out saying about having a dig at the gaffer. Everyone knows Pulisic is not happy because Pulisic is one of those players you've got to build around. Let's have it right. You've got to build around him like they do at America. Yeah, USA team. Ziyech, another unhappy one. Tight with Lukaku. They got rid of Lukaku. He wants to go. He wants to go. It's been long all through the summer about him going, but it's a transfer fee. So the gaffers, in my opinion, I think if the gaffer had the option to play one of those that they were going to stay at the club or another attacker, I think Mount would have played in the double six today with Jorginho. I don't think he would have played Gallagher. And that's the difference.
That would be probably misprofiling Mount as well, because Mount's
because
Mount's
Mount's actually Mount played in Udinese in a friendly and outplayed Jorginho in the double six. He was the man of match.
Yeah, I mean,
I know it's Udinese, but at the end of the day, he can play in 6 positions. Mount's the most versatile player in the squad.
Well, listen, Mount can play in 6 positions, but again, we want to see the best of Mount. We don't want to see Mount playing on the wing like Lampard had him on the left wing or on the right wing, and then we're getting half of what we want from Mason Mount. We're getting inconsistency.
But he's our best player, so he can play anywhere on the pitch, all right, and he'll deliver. And he's been our best player, so there's no excuse really.
Well, I know he's your favorite player, so
he's our best player.
I don't think Mount's our best player. I think Reece James, for me, last season.
Well, everyone thinks Reece James is, but funny enough, Mount's won player season twice.
Again, we're gonna have to agree to disagree.
Anyone wants to go there, and no one wants to go there. But at the end of the day, all right, Mason Mount is the glue of the team. All right, he plays everywhere. He played out his skins. He presses, he recovers, he scored goals, he assists, he creates. He's a highest chance creator. Everything, all that jazz. Yeah, all the minerals. That's not the problem. The problem is, right, you can only play Mount in that midfield 3 in that 8-10 role. If you bring in a Declan Rice, maybe a De Jong. I don't know if De Jong does that, but maybe it does.
But
yeah. I don't know if De Jong actually allows you to play the midfield 3. That remains to be seen. But it might be an option for the gaffer. I don't know, bro. My thing is, it's not his players at the minute, and at the moment they're in a sticky one. They've got a 1 year on Jorginho, they've got a 1 year on Kante. All right, Kante's always fucking injured. And it looks like it's going to be like that for the whole season. He's going to be injured in and out, and he's our best midfielder like that. As clear as day, he's world class. All right, and when he plays, he's unbelievable. He's irreplaceable. But when he doesn't play and Kovacic is out, you're fucked. You are fucked.
My point is
De Jong wouldn't be a bad shout, but I don't believe it, bro. Do you believe we're getting De Jong? Do you believe?
I don't. To be honest, at the moment, no, because it should have been done. It should have been done by now. Yeah, it should have been done by now.
They're trying to press him now. They're trying to put pressure
I think
on
it goes
his
deadline day
to try and make it in the league.
I think it's a deadline day deal. Either way, whether it's us or staying, I think it's deadline day. But yeah, big up, Lewis. What are you saying, Geezer?
I only just got back from Leeds. That was fucking horrific, man. Every single player, except for maybe Cucurella and James, used to hang their head in shame. That was atrocious. Fucking atrocious from every last one of them. And Tuchel as well, that didn't rate the setup. The same thing with Gallagher. I knew we were going to see that pivot as soon as Matt Law came out saying that he views Gallagher as the closest thing to N'Golo Kante, and he is not. He is not. He should be playing his best football within the final third, and that is it. But even then, it's the same old bullshit. Our team just takes way too many touches. As soon as a player's in a good position, what does he do? 5 extra touches and then has a blocked shot. Or then they'll just pass around to the sides and then pass the wing back.
It's down to midfield, bro. It's all the midfield.
It's not. It's the midfield. It's the attack. It was the defenders. It was Mendy. It was basically everybody. Everybody.
The midfield, Lewis. The midfield, right? Yeah. Because it was so slow and they had those extra touches.
It wasn't just the midfield.
Hold on. It allows. Well, it's very important because when the defenders play to the pivot, yeah, it's their job to release it quickly if you want to hit Leeds. Because when you have too many touches, it allows Leeds to press you how they did. It gives them more time to get to you, bro, and close down the spaces. So when your attackers are in the positions to receive the ball, they're not getting the ball. And
when the attackers receive the ball, they do the same thing and they take
with what? They're back to goal. Not
even with their back to goal. When they're facing the goal. Mount was doing it. Havertz was doing it. Sterling was doing it.
What do you mean facing the goal? Where are they going to play
the entire game?
When they got how many Leeds players around them? How many Leeds players they got around them?
The only reason why there were so many Leeds players around them is because they took so many touches. They had enough time to get their shape back.
You're right.
That's why
exactly. Transition. That's what I'm saying. It's too slow. It allows Leeds to go in their shape.
But if you believe the midfield is so important, right? Which I agree it is. Then why is it not being prioritized? Because we can't sit here and say that, but we can't. again, this whole notion that
Not all
Declan
about
Rice is the
Declan
only
Rice,
player
bro.
that we should go for in
It's
midfield
not
is
all
absurd
about
because
Declan
at
Rice.
the end of the day, there's there's top midfielders in the world. We should be able
Rice
to find.
doesn't sort out our creative issues.
We should be able to
Simple
find
as.
We're
more.
not struggling with creation.
We should be
We're
able
not
to.
struggling with creation.
We should be able to
Yeah.
find more
We're not-
Are you
midfielders on the
serious,
planet
Johnny?
than Declan
We're
Rice.
not
Last year
struggling
tells
with creation.
Last year tells you the creation stats. How many
my
chances
God. I'm
Mount
not.
created got robbed?
We were fourth last
How
year
many?
for
I
big,
do not
big chances.
care
Big
about
chances
that. Our
created.
creativity in the middle, in the midfield, in the attack is ridiculous. It's
Geezer,
not good enough.
listen. If you play Kovacic, Kante, Jorginho, what fucking ounce creativity is in those players?
Do we
And the
create
same thing
the
with
same
Havertz and
level of
Mount. What
chances as
else?
Man
No.
City?
Is there
I'm
too?
asking you in your midfield.
None. I agree. The
Hold on.
midfield-
Where's your goals? Where's your assists? And where's your creation in those three players?
None. And I've said that's the
None. So
problem.
Tuchel's got those three
And the
players.
same with the attack.
Do you know Rice scores goals? And
Oh,
progresses?
Oh,
wait,
bro,
I-
that's
I'm
not consistent.
I am,
That's not,
bro.
bro,
I'm not
hold on.
going to do this
Hold
with
on.
Rice today.
When it comes to
You can't
Declan-
I've
tell
just
me we don't
travelled
need Rice.
7
You can't say
hours
that.
fucking watching that shit. I'm not hearing about Declan
Hold on a
Rice.
second.
I'm
Hold
not
on a
fucking
second.
hearing about today.
So Rice seems to be this player that the only DM in the world that we should go after. And we should sabotage our season to wait for Declan Rice, right? Which makes absolutely no sense in my opinion because the world is too big for that. It makes no sense. There's other teams that have literally, as I pointed out, brought in midfielders that can play in the formation. Basuma literally played in the same system, in the same position that we need. Press resistant, good in a tackle, wins the ball back, and can be the stopgap. The same stopgap that you've mentioned already on this show that we need in terms of we need a stopgap, right? You've mentioned that Tuchel right now is misprofiling some players because it's a stopgap. So why couldn't we bring in Basuma, who's guaranteed Premier League quality?
No, Basuma's not fucking Chelsea level, bruv. He's
But-
Spurs
but-
level.
compared
right
to
now-
our midfielders.
What?
But
Compared to
Gallagher
our
is
midfielders.
Gallagher is in his position. Who's better, Basuma or Gallagher in that position?
Well, I think Gallagher cost us nothing. Basuma cost us 45.
It's not
million.
about cost because there's no limit right now.
Well, it is
We're debt
about-
free.
we need-
We're debt free.
Well, no. Hold on. There is a limit. All right, there is a limit. How you can't just go and blow a fucking.
I
million
agree,
million.
but do we? Okay, so do we do what the quote's say and buy 3 centre backs, which is what initially we were going after, or do we get
We
2
do
centre
need
backs and
that,
get a
bruv.
DM?
We do need that.
Or what's
We
more
need
important to you,
three
3 centre backs or 1 holding midfielder and 2 centre
you can,
backs?
I think you can do both, but it's about doing it in the right order. I mean, you can't. You've lost Christensen and Rudiger. You have to replace them, bruv. You can't not replace them. He's only replaced with one, with Koulibaly. We're trying to fucking get Fofana and we're having to pay 90 million for the geezer.
It's 2 in, 2 out, Johnny. If you Rudiger and
Yeah,
Christensen
but
out, two defenders
the
come in.
gaffer wants another option. He wants another option because my guess is Reece James and potentially Chilwell will get injured, bruv, throughout the season. And then you're fucked. Who you playing right wing back?
He's played Ruben now already, hasn't he?
Yeah, but Ruben can't do it the whole season consistently. It's not happening, bruv. You know it.
For
So
me,
you
I
have to
think-
go. What I'm saying, you have to go and get another or a player that's versatile to cover that in that event. All right. Maybe Fofana's that guy and Cucurella slots into left centre back and you play Silva, Koulibaly, and then Fofana right wing back, and then you got Chilwell left wing back. But if Chilwell gets injured and Reece James gets injured, then you're really fucked because you need that extra centre back. But where's Trev? What's going on with Trev now? Why is Trev getting sold or fucking loaned? I don't
think
even know
that's
if I
a
believe
Tuchel
that.
move. I think that's a Tuchel move because he wanted to
Well, we
stay
have
in
to
whatever
see.
role.
We have to see what happens, bruv. We have to see what happens. He clearly doesn't trust him fully. There's something not right there. And he's seen mistakes in him or a certain development. I don't know. The gaffer never wanted Koundé, so I want to squash that out of the fucking water. He never wanted him. That was all bullshit lies and fakes by Fabrizio and all that. So who else was there? De Ligt was all bullshit as well. We never went in for De Ligt. 68 million and we're going to pay 80 million for Fofana. Let's make it make sense. So he needs quality there. He hasn't got Koulibaly's 31, Thiago Silva's 37. You need to replace Thiago Silva and you need to replace Christensen and Rudiger. So that is 3 centre backs. All right. Thiago Silva might get injured. Is he injured now after this game? I'm hearing he's injured.
I don't know. I don't think so. He
Or he's
got up
taking a
from
knock?
that time, so I
All
don't
right,
think there's
so
anything
he's
too
taking a
big.
knock. So you need a fucking you need a midfielder. He wanted to do that last. I think that's just maybe it's a smoke screen and they are doing that. And then we're going to sign someone. I don't know who that player is going to be, bruv. But we do need a midfielder.
We need forwards. We need midfielders immediately.
Well, forwards goes without saying, Lewis, because like I said to Matisse, you've got rid of Werner, doesn't want to be there. Lukaku don't want to be there. Zic is going to go. Pulisic is more likely going to go. And listen, minerals to Bowley, yeah, getting rid of fucking Pulisic, their most marketing monster, money-making machine, and they're just getting shot of him like it's no fucking blink of an eyelid. It's unbelievable.
Pulisic ain't going nowhere, is he?
Bruv, have you seen his old man? Let me bring up his old man.
Yeah,
right
no,
now.
I've seen it, but I don't mean he's going anywhere. Pulisic's the least likely out of our three wingers to leave.
He wants out.
Joe needs to go on loans. Ziyech is in Amsterdam as we speak. So I think it's very unlikely you see Pulisic.
That's my point. He was forced to play those two. He had to bring on. He didn't want to bring them on. But he didn't want to burn out our players on the pitch that were fucking.
No, I'm not questioning him over the subs and everything. The game was done before we got to half time anyway. As soon as we bummed those 2 goals away, we were fucked. So I don't care about none of that.
My thing is, right, you got 1 week. You got 1 week to bring in a Fofana, which has got to happen, surely, from what they're telling us, that it's close and it's just about the money. And the Brown Envelope's doing a wonderful job getting the price up. So thank you very much. But who else? Aubameyang? I don't believe Aubameyang until it's done. Why is it not done? I mean, if it's me, I wouldn't buy him now.
Aubameyang wants to stay, that's why.
He wants to stay. What? Where's he getting in with Dembele, fucking Rafinha, and Lewandowski? Where's he playing?
No, that's the thing. He wants to stay. Barca are trying to get rid. It's like Frankie de Jong, except it's not as complicated.
Right. So I only want players that want to come to us. Frankie de Jong has to make a decision. Until then, I don't give a toss.
Hey, I heard we had links with Ivan Toney from yesterday. If that's true, then fuck off Aubameyang and go straight to Brentford. Don't even need.
You think they're going to sell him cheap? He ain't going for cheap.
I don't care what the price is. I don't care. I think
is that the benchmark now, Ivan Toney? Is that the fucking
compared to fucking Kai Havertz? Yes.
I think Kai, you lot are too harsh on Kai, mate.
Are we?
Listen. I love Kai.
Why is that?
Kai needs to step up this season, Johnny. He has to.
Yeah, of course he does. I said,
and he needs to be consistent. And it's not all on everybody else. When he picks up the ball, Johnny, and he goes up against a defender, he doesn't strike the fear into anyone. That when you're head down now, you pick up the ball and you have 1v1 a defender. It's like a boxing match. Can you win the 1v1 against the opposition defender? Or can you go round him? And Kai never goes round that player. He never gets past that player. That's nothing to do with the system. That's nothing to do with other players. If you have an opportunity to dribble,
I think it is a system as well.
What system do you think he should be playing in?
I think the problem is, right, because your midfield's getting overrun in this particular game, Mason Mount is having to dig out in the middle, so he's not there to link up or play across with Sterling and Kai. Kai was very isolated in this game today, so you had to rely on him taking over. How many players? You had to take on 2 players to get past and create space for himself.
Oh yeah, and he can't even take on 1, let alone 2.
No, but Lewis, he's not that fucking messy, bruv. He ain't a
I don't need him to be messy. I just need him to be able to take players on.
No, but what? Do you think De Bruyne's taking on 2 players like that? No, he ain't. He's got players around him.
Okay, but De Bruyne is passing. De Bruyne is creating ridiculous amount of chances and putting the ball in behind to others.
He's playing in a complete finished article team, number 1. Number 2, he's got
because he is the finished
around him.
Exactly. I don't get this fucking Kai.
Right, so he's 22 years old, mate.
He's 23.
I don't
he's
care,
23.
man.
By the end of the day,
21 years old. He doesn't give him the same energy. I don't give a shit if he's 23. He's not good enough.
Yeah, but Lewis, he ain't the main problem here.
At the end of the day,
I'm not saying he's the main problem.
He still has to show progression.
You're trying to defend him like he's been playing well at any point over the last year.
Come out, bruv. How can you expect him to ball out if the fucking balance is all wrong?
Oh my
God. Johnny, the balance is wrong for everybody.
Bottles every time.
The balance is wrong for everybody. Yeah,
exactly. So what, you don't think it affects Sterling?
So nobody can ball out then? Are we just going to say that nobody should do
no one can ball out, but I think the core is the midfield, geezer, and the midfield is shit.
But so if the priority for you is the midfield, then why is it so wrong? Why is it so fucked? Why is it not prioritized?
Well, I think it is, but they just can't get the players.
We should not, Johnny. We should not sign. We should not come into this window and come out of it signing 6-7 players, and not one of them is a starting midfielder for 2 injury-prone Kovacic and Kante. Well, until I see, because I'm seeing links for every other position. I'm seeing links for every other position. Everything this transfer window has been extremely transparent and public. And at the end of the day, if we're all saying that the midfield is such a massive issue, that should have been prioritized.
Well, this is the problem I got, Geezer, with the brown envelopes. They push us and name our name with every fucking player under the sun. And that's the problem. We don't actually know, right, what is truth and what is bullshit. Because there's a lot of players that have been linked to our football club to help them engineer other deals for other clubs and other agents. And that's the problem. And the gaffer's even spoken on it. And I'll give you an example. Chuck Winnells got signed and his medical and his personal terms of him travelling for personal terms was announced on the Chelsea fucking Twitter account. All right. Wasn't a journalist, wasn't a brown envelope. No one knew nothing about it. Nothing. So that tells you everything you need to know about Chelsea going, fuck this, I've had enough of all these brown envelopes speaking bullshit on our football club. So I don't know if Frankie de Jong is genuine. I don't know. Listen, players that we're buying, like Kasadi, Koulibaly came out of nowhere. Cucurella, we were told he was only going to Man City, and that was his first choice. Well, we signed him. So something's not going on there. Yeah, we were talking to Koulibaly since June. No one had a sniff about it until we signed him. So
I think we're talking to multiple players at once. I don't think we're.
Well, you can say that, but what gets out, you know, and it's all clickbait. There's a lot of clickbait out there, Matisse. You can't deny that, Geezer.
No, 100%. 100%.
So it's like, what am I supposed to believe here? Until the players actually signed.
Do you believe that with no signings, even with no signings in midfield, there's nothing we can do to change that midfield dynamic? There's nothing that he can do as a top level coach, because I rate him as a top world class coach.
I don't
is there nothing he can do to fix that midfield dynamic this season?
You don't play the four at the back unless you get.
I'm not calling for that.
Yeah, but the thing is, the four at the back releases the options. You know, you play
Can't do that unless we get creative midfielders and creative attackers.
Geezer, Lewis, you keep saying that, but if you go 4-3-3, Geezer, yeah, and you put Mason Mount in the fucking three in the midfield, I'm telling you now, he's creating everything. He's creating everything. What do you mean? Oh my God, Lewis! Lewis, he's our highest chance creator. What are you talking about?
Don't do this to me.
Lewis, the stats don't fucking lie, Geezer. Your eyes don't lie. The Geezer's created how many chances in the season? Hold on. In the season when Timo Werner, bruv, in the season when Timo Werner came to our club, do you know how many fucking assists that Geezer robbed Mason Mount of? 16 fucking assists.
Yeah, and your boy Kai Havertz also robbed Mount of the Playmaker Award last season.
You don't tell me, Lewis. Don't come on in and tell me that Mason Mount ain't our main creator, because he fucking well is, bruv. And then you can talk about the wing backs
as well, creativity comes from the wing backs. What are you talking about?
Oh, what? So Mason Mount's a wing back now, is he?
No, that's my point. It comes from the wing backs, not in the middle.
All right. So why is Mason Mount the highest chance creator then if he's not a wing back?
Oh, there we go. The guy takes how many corners per season, and do you want to talk to me about chances created?
Chance creation.
Talk to me about open play chances created.
He's number one in everything, bruv. He's number one in everything. Let me read it out.
Number one in everything.
Just settle your worries at the minute. Yeah. Let me settle your worries, bruv.
Number one.
First in goals, first in assists, first goals assists per 90, first shots on target, first big chances created, first chances created, first passes into penalty area, first shot creating actions, first goal creating actions, first carries into final third. Where's the fucking wing back, son? Where?
The two wing backs. Hold on a second. There's context. The two wing backs were injured last season.
Misses passes just so he can take 5-6 extra touches on the
Mason
ball.
Middleton is the highest creator.
Hold on. How can you compare
part of the system?
How can you compare it to wing backs?
Creativity comes from the wing backs. We have no creativity.
Where's Reece James and Chilwell on that?
They were injured. They were injured for half the season. How can you compare? How can you compare? Before? No. Hold on a second. You know that at the start of the season, our wing backs, James and Chilwell, were performing ridiculously, and we were top of the league. Then they got injured, and Alonso and Azpilicueta comes in. So how can you compare the wing backs chance creation to Mason Mount when they didn't play all season?
Do you know how the wing backs play so well when you got Mason Mount in the team? That's how they play very well. And I'll tell you why. I'll give you a lovely example. Man United, Old Trafford. Reece James doesn't ball out like that without Minnell's Mount on that right-hand side. We destroyed them on the right because they couldn't track Mason Mount, and he created pockets for Reece James. That's how Reece James dominated in that game. You see, this is where your eye test needs to go and focus on Minnell's Mount and understand that his positional play is fucking elite. Johan Mount, bruv. Yeah, for a reason. Yeah, he's got the damn minerals. He creates the pockets of spaces for his teammates. He gets into pockets of spaces. He scores the most fucking goals, creates the most assists, creates the most chances. He's the baller of the club. We don't lack creation. We lack a fucking minerals general in midfield, and we ain't fucking got it right now.
Creation.
And
Reece James is the best
It's
player
the Rolls
from the
Royce,
academy.
bro. It's the Rolls Royce.
Reece
don't
James
lack
is the best player from the
creativity.
academy.
We don't lack
Let's have
creativity.
it right.
No, he's not. In fact,
He
everyone
is. Let's have it right,
He doesn't
man.
lack
No, no,
Let's
no,
have
no,
it
no,
actually.
no,
If you want to have it
let's have
right,
it
yeah,
right.
let's actually have it right.
No, no,
Reece
let's have
James
it
is the
right,
best
yeah?
player.
I've
Reece James is the
spoken
best
people
player
out
from the
of Cobham.
academy. You know
I've
that.
spoken to people
Reece
out of
James is
Cobham,
the best
yeah?
player from the
Let's have it
academy.
right, Matisse, bruv,
He's
yeah?
more
I've
complete.
spoken to people out of Cobham that have told me that Mason Mount is the most talented.
I'm
that's
not.
come
I'm
out
not
of Cobham.
interested in that. I'm talking about
Well,
what
they're
you're
at
actually
Cobham,
watching.
mate, so I don't know what you're
Yeah,
telling
that's
me.
their opinion. They probably.
Cobham also let
Well,
Declan
then
Rice
your
go,
opinion
and now
don't
you're
mean
They
nothing.
also let Declan Rice go.
Were they
So
correct about
is
that?
that's the same Cobham
Mason
opinion
Mount, Mason
that
Mount,
let Declan
and
Rice
mark
go
my
at 14
words,
years old.
Mason Mount will be the captain of Chelsea, and he's going to be the biggest legend at Chelsea Football Club. And clip me. I'd love you to all clip me.
So why is that? So chance creation is our biggest problem, right?
It's not our
And
biggest problem. Lewis
it's
is
one
saying
of our
it's
biggest problems. It's one of our
It's
biggest
not,
problems.
though.
We don't
It's
create
not.
enough chances, Johnny. We're
don't-
fourth.
The problem is the midfield.
We're
bro.
fourth last season for big chances created.
Lewis won't tell you it's the midfield
I'm
because
a third for
he loves
goals.
Jorginho.
I just said it's the midfield the whole stream.
All right, Lewis. All right. So
What are
if
you
you're telling me it's the
fucking
whole
talking
midfield,
about?
if you're telling me it's the whole midfield, then yeah, all right. Then we take Jorginho out. All right.
Oh yeah, because
What
we're going to be
happens?
so much more creative with just Kante.
Well,
and
none of them
Kovacic.
are creative, bruv. None of
That's
them.
what I've just said, and you're
But
telling me
Jorginho's got no
creativity
legs. At
isn't
least
the
Cover and
problem.
fucking
You
Kante
are
got legs, bruv.
contradicting yourself, Johnny.
But at least Kante and Cover got legs, mate, in recovery. Georgie ain't
They've got
it.
legs. They don't even have working ligaments. They can't play 3 games without getting fucking injured.
Because their fucking minerals, bruv, are getting all used up because they're so fucking elite.
Johnny,
bruv.
Matisse,
Yeah.
I'm out. I
Let's have
can't
it right.
deal with this.
Oh, Lewis is gone, bruv. Lewis can't take it. He's had a bad day. He's had a trip from Ellen Road, bruv, and he's lost 3-0, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Big up Lewis anyway. Big up Geezer. Fucking hell, he's lost his head. Fair play to the Geezer.
What have I witnessed, honestly? What am I actually witnessing?
It's nothing against Lewis, bruv. He knows I love him, bruv. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
It's all love, bruv. But
fuck's
fuck
sake.
me. Yeah, all right. Creation, we don't struggle with creation, bruv. The creation is the minerals, man. What we need is a backup as well. We need someone else in there. We've not had a player like David Silva. All right.
It's all right. Let's settle this.
We haven't had a Fabregas type player in the deep line position. So until you get someone of that essence, and I think Frankie de Jong is that player.
So
If I'm being real, if I could buy any player right now, if you ask me, I could buy any fucking player, no matter what the cost is. I go and buy fucking the name minerals, yeah, Neymar. I go and get Frankie de Jong, and I go and buy Declan Rice, and that's your midfield fucking done for the next 5-6 years, 10 years.
you're naming players that create chances. Neymar, high chance creator. De
Yeah,
Jong,
but he's an attacker. He's not a midfielder. I'm talking about.
So you
I'm talking
admit
about
that
midfielder,
you admit that we have shit chance creation and that Mason Mount is top on all of these statistics.
No, I
because
didn't
he's
say
surrounded by shit chance
no.
creators.
You put words in my mouth. I never said we had shit chance creation. When it comes to Mason Mount in the front line, he's the best. He's the creation. If you put him in the 8 and 10, he's going to be even better, and he elevates even more, and he offers more to team, more progressive play, and he'll score more goals and assists. All right, but the problem we have is in the midfield, that double 6 area. There is not a player that scores you enough goals, doesn't assist, hasn't got a pass. Jorginho's great at short passes. Covers, for the love of God, he ain't got a fucking long ball on him and he ain't got a shot on him. Kante ain't that player because Kante's like that progressive destroyer. So if you talk about players like Declan Rice can ping it left and right, no problem. He can progress. He can score you a goal. All right, right. That's not creation.
Johnny, what you're saying doesn't make
hold
any sense.
on. That's
It
a
doesn't make
different
any sense.
dimension. That's a different dynamics of a player with different attributes in the middle that we don't currently have. And De Jong is another one that offers you that, who offers you even more creativity, ability to take on a man, but he's got end product.
If Mason Mount is such an elite chance creator, dribbling, passing, everything, then why do you want to move him into the 8 role like I do? If he should just stay there, then there's no need to replace him. There's no need to bring in.
This is why, Matisse. No, but this is why, bruv.
Because I think he's better at the 8.
Baller, bruv. This is why he's generational.
Because he can play everywhere.
No, listen. Let's have it right. He's playing in a position that's an unorthodox position. He's playing on the right, front left. He's been dropped in false 9. He's played in the double 6. He can play as an 8 and as 10. That's 6 positions he's played. All right. If you put him and you allow the gaffer wants to play him in the 8-10. If you notice, when we won the Champions League, Mason Mount predominantly would come in, drop in, and build that midfield three in the game. Yeah, he would do that.
Hold on,
in
I gotta
moments.
let someone in. Hold on.
Yeah,
I'll come back.
All right, Geezer. All right, you got to understand that. Yeah, that he's versatility, brother. He's the Johan Mount, brother. And that's it, mate. Yeah, let's have it right. What are we saying in the chat, people? Like and subscribe, people. Like and subscribe. I hope Lewis is all right, bruv. Fucking hell, he's stressed out, man. Lewis is stressed, bruv. Lewis is stressed, bruv. He's had a long journey. Do you know what I mean? He's had a long journey. I get it, man. He's tired and he's just tired, bruv. Big up Henry Danger in here. Big up Henry Danger, bruv. My geezer, always supporting the channel. All you guys in here, big up to all of you in here, bruv. Every single one of you. Yeah. Every single one of you. Big up to you. Yeah. All right. Big up to all of you. 500 people in here. This is fucking madness, bruv. I mean, it's not my highest. I've had about 700 people on a stream before. I've only got what I think I've hit 3.1k. Guys, get me to the 3.2k. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, be a member, be part of the Minerals FC if you've got the damn minerals, bruv. That's it. As simple as that, mate. Yeah, simple as that. Don't write it off, bruv, because listen, I spoke to Feroz on a couple of shows ago, and it's not too good at PSG at the minute. It's not too good. It's not looking healthy, bruv. It really ain't. And Mbappe wants him out. He wants him out. Bowley, if you've got it, if you've got the minerals, you've got the dough and you've got the wedge, go and land it. Go and get Neymar. Get rid of the bums like Ziyech, Pulisic. Get rid of them, bruv. Get your money for them and go and give the wages and sign Neymar and make a statement. Go and get Frankie de Jong, all right? If the media will let us mud Man United. I don't know if they will. I don't think they want us to mud Man United. So they'll probably try and do everything and hand as many brown envelopes under the table so that broke alone and keep him. But let's not be deluded that we're going to go and buy Aubameyang. I never believed Aubameyang, bruv. Like I say, brown envelopes, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Yeah? Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, people. Yeah? All you bots, man. You're funny. You know that. Big up, Charzello. Thanks for your Soup Meals donation. What do you think about Isaac? He's killing Barca now. Yeah, I think he looks all right. But listen, all these players look good in other leagues, but when they come to the Premier League, it's a different ball game. We have to respect that. You know, can they adjust? Are they built for it? I don't know, mate. I don't know anymore. I think if you've got it, and you play, and you're good enough. And a lot of these players have come, and they're not good enough, mate. That's the bottom line. Big up DJ Andrew. Exactly. He ain't the problem, mate. He's never been the problem. Neymar 13 GA in 4 games. Well, that tells you he's pissed off. He's got a point to prove, and he's mudding the Ninja Mutant Turtle fucking pace merchant at the minute, who's on $1 million a week as a football director, and he wants him out, but he's getting the biggest numbers. I love that. Land the minerals, Neymar. I love that stuff. Let's have it right. Who's speaking trash? I don't even know who they are, bruv. I don't know who these people are. They can talk trash all they fucking well want, mate, but it ain't nothing to me. So, big up to everyone in here. What's happening, Geezer?
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's a lot going on, man. But all I know is that we're going to both agree on is that we need to sort out the team in this window. I know we're not going to get everything done. We're not going to get everything done, but the midfield really is a breeding ground for bullshit right now because we know the injuries are coming. They're already here.
But what do you do, Matisse? Do you go and break the bank and go and get Declan Rice? Because for me, he unlocks it, bruv. He unlocks the formula, the formation changes. He gives you so much with the current players we've got.
Is he? I don't know. I think Declan Rice is a good player, but I don't know on the ball in tight spaces when we're being pressed, like we were pressed against
You'll have
Leeds?
cover.
Is he going to be able to
You'll have
handle
cover
it?
there. You'll have
But
cover
but if Cover's injured, like he usually is a lot these days, can Declan Rice handle that pressure? That's the question. If you was to say you take Jorginho out today, you put in Declan Rice because that's kind of the position that we're expecting to play instead of Jorginho, not really both, and you put Gallagher and Mason Mount around him, can he handle that? Can them three even handle that press? That's the question.
I think he can, and I think he's quicker on the ball. He'll distribute the ball quicker. His first thought when I watch Declan Rice, whenever I watch him, is to release the ball as quick as possible and get the attack going. And we ain't got that in a minute. And I think you do have that urgency with Kovacic, but he does ball carry to get out of situations. Kovacic is the only one that can get out of tricky situations, really. You know, he's got that technical ability, bruv. Kante can with his strength and pace, and he's just, I mean, I witnessed that Matthew Lower fucking Kante about 5 yards off a player in midfield. I think it was Holberg, and he just fucking won the ball off him. It's ridiculous. Like Kante is just a minerals general. So
you shouldn't be relying on these players, though. They're not consistently fit.
Well, they're not. And listen, Kante is the best midfielder by miles.
All my thing is that he loves Ruben. From quotes, he loves Gallagher. He loves.
Does he? Apparently, hold on. Apparently, the brand envelope said that we were fucking trying to put Ruben Loftus-Cheek in another. I can't remember what the deal was.
From what I remember, he always spoke about. He always spoke about Ruben highly. From what I can remember. But he loves. You know, he seems to love Kante. He loves Kova. If he loves all of these guys, where is the space for this new midfielder that he needs? Because we both agree there's not a lot of space. Ampadu's still here. Gilmore's still here. Where's the space if you have love for all of these players? That's my question.
I don't think they are there because they ain't got squad numbers, geez.
Well, I know Gilmore. Gilmore doesn't have a squad number. Ampadu does now. He's on the bench today, but
last minute because he didn't have before, did he?
Well, I don't know.
You know, listen. At the end of the day, yeah, you're getting rid of first teamers, senior players, Lukaku, Werner, Ziyech, Pulisic, who's the other one? Doy's looks like he's gonna go. He's not even featuring, so he looks like he's going on loan or whatever. That's 5 players, geezer. 5 players. You've only got Sterling, Havertz that are in those front positions. Mount is an 8-10 and he's playing in that position. So what's your options? You ain't got none until you buy. So, you know, even if you buy an Aubameyang, that ain't cutting it.
He wants Aubameyang, apparently. Tuchel.
Well, so we're told. I don't know if I believe it, bruv. We were told Dembele that
But Johnny, what we can't do is believe that he wants Declan Rice and then don't believe that he wants Aubameyang. We're just then believing
but I know. No, but I know. So
how do you know?
I'm going. I know. That's for me to know. No one else to know that, but I know.
Listen, we've all got our little drip feeds, but at the end of the day, for the people watching,
I'm just saying,
all we can see publicly is that he wants Aubameyang. He spoke glowingly about Aubameyang on when Aubameyang was mentioned publicly. If he didn't want Aubameyang, he could have slammed that down.
No, he's an ex-player.
Bro, this is my thing. Like, if he's the way that he's speaking, you have to judge him off what he's saying. You can't just assume that you know what he's thinking. You have to see what he's saying publicly. Not everything for me is an underlying message or some sort of game. Do you know what I mean? But then when he speaks but then he hasn't spoken about Declan Rice, but then he absolutely wants Declan Rice.
Right. So there you go. The ones you don't talk about, they're the minerals ones there. The ones you don't talk about, geezer. The ones that have been spoken about so openly. When have Chelsea ever gone and done deals where it's so fucking broadcasted? Bro? It's
different. It's a different ownership now. Everything's been bait. Everything's been bait. We've known about all of the defenders we've wanted to chase. So you're now telling me that we never wanted De Ligt, that he never wanted Ake?
No.
He never wanted Ake?
No.
He always wanted Koulibaly. Koulibaly was.
I think Ake was a shout, but De Ligt no and Koundé no.
We bid for Koundé, but then he rejected.
No, we didn't.
Koundé.
I mudded. I've made the whole stream.
We didn't bid for Koundé.
No.
We didn't agree in terms of Koundé.
No, we did with Marina, but not with Tuchel and Bowley. So I'll give you a reason for that. Yeah, there's 2 reasons. All right. The first reason is Sevilla accepted a lower fucking bid than we did, and our bid was almost 20 million more. Yeah. All right. So that's the first reason, and Sevilla wanted a buyout clause, so make sense of that. The second thing is we were told about the paperwork's being sent for about 3 days for a green light, and pigeons were flying the shit, and it never got there. And the medical was booked apparently, and it was a here we go almost. It's very close to here we go, guys. And then all of a sudden, Barcelona come in with 55 million euros. Are you having a laugh? And then it's accepted. And Romain Molina comes out, who's the minerals of mudding all these corrupt fucks, and basically said that it was George Mendes using the press to get with Monkey and Sevilla to get Barcelona to up their level of bid. And that's exactly what happened. Tuchel did not want the player. That was what was quoted. Tuchel did not want Koundé. So whether you want to believe that or not, I do, because I think if you wanted Koundé, you would have got him done well early in the season, in the transfer window, if he was a priority, because all personal terms were agreed. So what's the problem?
So every player that we've. So did we want Rafinha?
I think that was a tactical move. I don't think Tuchel was too bothered. I mean, if you got him, great. But I think it was a tactical move with Barcelona, personally. Because everyone knew that Rafinha already agreed almost a year ago with Barcelona that he wanted, that he'd agreed all the terms with Barcelona, and he only wanted Barcelona. Then Arsenal came in, and then Chelsea thought, no, we'll have a bit of this. And I think that's how it's gone out. And also it's forced out maybe a better deal. Leeds have got a better deal out of Barcelona for Rafinha, because they paid over the odds for him. And funny enough, who gets their fucking sporting director of Leeds to go and speak to Ornstein and with a lovely little script to explain the whole Koundé Chelsea the whole Rafinha Chelsea thing? Who gets the Sevilla sporting director to make a whole thread on Twitter and talk about the Koundé Chelsea saga? Who gets their new signing to talk about Chelsea at Barcelona? It's nonsense, bruv. It's all scripted. It's all brown envelope protection. So that's the way I'm going to look at it. Listen, this is what I talk on my channel. I'm talking fucking as it is, bruv. I don't fall for this nonsense. It's whether you believe it or not. It's up to you. But
to be fair, we don't really know, do we? Because we're not actually in the boardroom, so we don't really know who they're approaching.
I'm telling you, and also you've got to remember that Gary Neville's, the Talk Sports, the Jordans. Actually, Jordan backed it. Fair play to him. Apart from the fucking refereeing decisions at Spurs, where he was piss poor. But apart from that, he backed the whole situation with Bowley, because everyone was coming at Bowley. Oh, he's going in like, bulldozering in, trying to get a deal here, deal there. No, that's the image they're trying to portray of Bowley. Whether Bowley's
I'm not right.
So
Gary Neville and all this nonsense. I'm not bothering with all.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, Matisse, is that sets a narrative, right, to push out. Yeah, Chelsea are just scattergunning with all these.
Yeah, I hear that. But we have, for sure, for me, we definitely have probably missed out on targets. I don't think that every single rumor or every single official bid, Johnny, there's official bids that we're putting in.
I don't believe
that all of these bits are official.
I believe the signings we've made are our actual Tuchel targets.
So all the official bid that we put in for Rafinha, the official bid that we put in for.
Who's telling us, bruv?
For Matt Law, Koundé.
Yeah, Matt Law's been in the mud, bruv. Do you know how many times Matt Law's in the mud, bruv? I got all the tweets of Matt Law for Koundé. You want to tell me
which journalist do you trust? Which journalist do you trust?
I don't trust any, really. I think Simon Phillips is more of a he's good. He's a good geezer, but I wouldn't say he's like in that tier 1 bracket. As far as I'm concerned, all of the brown envelopes, I'm naming them: Simon Johnson, The Athletic, Matt Laws. Who's the other ones?
All right, I gotta go, bro. I gotta go. But listen,
all of them, bro. They're all full of shit, mate.
It was a good show.
Big up, Matisse. Lovely to come on, geezer.
Yeah, appreciate you having me on, bro. Big up.
Up the Chelsea, geezer.
Big up.
All right. Big up, Julius. What are you saying, geezer? How are we doing, my guy?
Big up. Sorry, I'm late. I've been having internet issues this weekend. We had a blackout for 16 hours, but finally here. I'm really pissed off, man. There are things that are beyond explanation. It's in my opinion, it's repercussions and residues from the old regime that are still affecting us. When we had the power basically last summer, after being European champions, to get the players that Tuchel needed to go forward, we go and sign Saul, 15 million £100 loan fee, £200,000 a week, and Lukaku for 100 million. We couldn't justify a Declan Rice that is needed in that midfield, which would have made our team so much better. The difference today was we didn't have.
Yeah, 100. Yeah.
The difference today we didn't have Kante in the midfield. Like when he was playing against Spurs, he was running all over the place, and we were bossing that midfield. Something we didn't have today, because I'm sorry, Jorginho is past it. I've defended him enough. He's not good enough. And one thing, I want to start something about Chelsea fans, because I've seen a lot of fans starting to say Tuchel out. Be careful, because there is nobody out there better than Tuchel. This is one. Two, to be constructively criticizing Tuchel. Can it get better? Sorry, can it get worse than today? Why is Gilmore not being featured? This is where I have some issues. Why is Gilmore not featured? It can't get worse.
This is what we were saying, bruv. We were saying this about Gilmore, is that I just put it down to that the gaffer doesn't think he's developed and ready yet, and that's it. Simple as that. And he's had a shit loan. There's no dispute he's a talented baller, but he's had no run up. He's had hardly any preseason. You're going to throw him in? Are you going to throw him into the double six? I don't think he does. And I think Gallagher's the only one that's had some sort of lead up, and that's why he got in there. But it doesn't necessarily mean that Gallagher. He says Gallagher's like a Kante, wants to be like, could be a Kante backup, but Kante's not a six.
Mm-hmm.
So that tells you that Gallagher's not a six, which he's not.
Mm-hmm.
And what the gaffer's expecting from Gallagher is that progressiveness, that ball recovery, win the ball back, release it quickly, keep the momentum. He can't do it. He's not that level. He's nowhere near Kante level. And that's the problem.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, he's not. He's not. But when I look at today's performance, bossed by Leeds, I just think this is rock bottom in midfield. I really can't wrap my head around having a Gilmore in there, with him being probably motivated with his mentality, with his talent. I think he can do better. I'm not saying he would have made us win the game, but I just don't understand. Why don't you stick him in there and see what happens? This is one thing I'm gonna criticize Tuchel on, and us being linked with Maguire and all that nonsense when we actually need.
That's rubbish, mate. I don't believe that one bit. Of course not. The gaffer's not going for that expensive fridge, bruv. He ain't going for that. He doesn't need that shit. He's got fridges, bruv.
Yeah, no, impossible.
Yeah,
he's a fridge for sure. He's not worthy. And to go back to the Tuchel point, look, we are not looking good for sure. I wanna blame the players personally. They couldn't make a single pass. They can't finish. They're always offside. Today, Reece James, for example, how many times he was offside? Why are you offside? Just take a look, man.
And Sterling, bruv. Sterling was offside countless times.
Sterling, exactly. Yeah. Just be careful. Today we were sleeping, and then Mendy. Today I was on the Blue Lounge earlier, and I told Mo something, and I'm like, we have seen people criticizing the manager more than Mendy, which he killed the game, because we were all over Leeds until that mistake. If he didn't do that mistake, the result would have potentially been different. But I have seen a lot of criticism on Thomas Tuchel than Mendy. Why do we always have to put the pressure on the manager and put them in? Why should we throw the responsibility on Tuchel alone and not the players? I'm not saying
it's hand in hand, but at the same time, Tuchel doesn't really have any other options. That's what I was trying to tell Matisse and Lewis, is what other options is he going to play? Who else is he going to play next to Gino, bruv? You can go through him. There's no one else. Gilmore's had no run up, and he's not ready to walk into this game and start and play 90 minutes. All right, and Purdue ain't had a run up. Chalobah's not a run up. They're your options. Loftus-Cheek ain't a fucking six, and he's better on the wing back because you're playing Reece James right centre back. He can't put Mount there because there's no one else to back up Mount with. Ziyech, Pulisic, who don't want to be at the football club. So that was all he could play.
And
there was no
what
other option. It was
and
the
what-
execution and the slowness of transition in the midfield that cost you the game.
What
It was,
worries me,
it was
Johnny, is
lethargic, bro. It was lethargic.
we spent 170 million so far. This is another thing that worries me, and we haven't fixed the problems yet. We need a midfielder. A striker will not fix the problem. It will not fix it. Aubameyang today will not make any difference. Haaland today will not make any difference. The midfield needs an overhaul. We can't rely on Kante, Jorginho, Kovacic. They're going to be half the season injured, and Jorginho is not reliable. He has a mistake in him. So
Yeah, of course he does. Yeah, of course he does.
I'm just tired of it. The other thing is, isn't it textbook Chelsea dominating Spurs, destroying Spurs, and then struggling against Leeds? Why am I not surprised? And the reason that, after thinking quite a lot about it, I still think there is so many underlying issues from the old regime. That's the conclusion.
Yeah, but because the thing is, what you got to understand, you listen. I've said this countless times. This is a long rebuild process, not just on the pitch, but behind the scenes, in the whole business, in the whole model of the club, where you want to go with it, how you're going to restructure and rebuild to build for the future. All right, and that doesn't happen overnight. You don't build Rome in one day. Only if you're Minerals Mount, you can do that. But if you're not Minerals Mount, you can't build it in one day. It takes 3 days, but 3 days in this lifetime, you're talking quite a few years.
Victim, Johnny, he's a victim. Minerals.
Yeah.
He
Well,
has
you
to
hear
take the ball
the
from the
agenda.
box and run all the way through to the other box and assist or score. He has to do everything.
Yeah.
And this is where the midfield is a big problem. Him and Havertz.
Exactly. That's why, Julius, when I bring up the stats, people don't understand the stats. That's because he's fucking all over the shop. He's everywhere. Minerals Mount is everywhere on that pitch. But they talk about eye tests. Well, use your eyes and watch and track him, where he is, his positions, what he does for his teammates, how to protect his teammates, how to make something happen. He made the goal. He made a world-class save. Name me another player that done that. Every other player was offside or didn't take chances. So what's the agenda of Minerals Mount? Tell me.
Yeah.
What's the agenda?
And this needs fixing. We can't be waiting for De Jong because he's not gonna come. I want to go back to one point you and Matisse were talking about, about how we were going for Kunde, and he believes that we may have been linked to Kunde and all these players. Just one question: can we agree that Chelsea is way stronger financially than Barcelona? That we can agree on that.
Yeah.
If we actually wanted Kunde and Rafinha and De Ligt and all these guys, what would stop us to put? Okay, Barcelona said they want to put 55 mil. They'll match Chelsea's bid. Okay, Chelsea comes back, or 65, and say, okay, you know what? We know Leeds won't sell until to the highest bid. That's an 75 mil on the table. Match it, Barcelona. Yeah. Why didn't we do that?
Because we weren't going for the player. Kunde, we actually put that, what they say is we put a high bid, but they accepted a low bid. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
So keep matching us.
Yeah. The brown envelopes done all the fans like kippers that believe that we bid for Kunde and that we bid for Rafinha on a serious day. I think Rafinha was just a tactical ploy, just to have a bit of fun. I generally don't think like the gaffer wanted him. Yeah,
of course.
If you want to go by the toothpick Gizzin, the team sheet merchant, he came out and said that we never wanted Rafinha, we never bid for Rafinha, but he won't say that about Kunde because he tweeted about Kunde. So there you go. So let's land the minerals here, and we say it how it is. And Kunde and Rafinha was bullshit. Gnabry was bullshit. De Ligt was bullshit. The only players that ain't bullshit are the ones you fucking signed and that you're hearing about, or the ones you don't hear about.
Johnny, we are willing to put 80 million apparently for Fofana. Let's say we are, and probably we will, right? But we're not willing to put 80 million on our number one target, Kunde, for some reason. Apparently, because he was a pro. But we put it on Fofana. We are willing to pay what's it called? 30 million on Aubameyang, which is considered expensive, or 25 million, whatever. But we can't put on a 21-year-old De Ligt, which is apparently Tuchel's number one defensive target. We couldn't put 80 million like Bayern Munich. We were not in for these guys in the first place.
No, we
We
weren't.
would have
No.
outbid Bayern Munich and Barcelona easily. Bayern Munich knows they cannot compete with Chelsea financially. Nobody wants to go on a bidding war with Chelsea. Nobody. Even City pulled out of the Cucurella deal because they don't want to go on a bidding war with us. Because when we go in for a player that is actually a target, we go to the club, Bowley goes in. How much do you want? 50 million. That's it. That's 60. Take 10 million as a change. Because we are bosses and that's how we're all in. But that's
listen. What do I have to bring it up for people? For fuck's sake, man! Why don't people just listen the first time and just move on from this shit, bruv? All right, people don't understand, bruv. What does this say, bruv? All right, let me just read the Super Minerals for a second. Big up to Ibby, Land of Super Minerals. Arsenal fan here. I was really surprised with Mount, Gallagher, and Jorginho being the choices today. Still think you'll get third behind Liverpool and City. Listen, there's no dispute we'll get top four. But why are you surprised about Mount? Gallagher, yeah. Jorginho, no. We've got no one else to play, geezer. You know, it's not really a surprise. Not for us Chelsea fans. Maybe for you, Arsenal, because you don't follow Chelsea that much. Maybe that's why, geezer. Maybe. But, you know, it is what it is. Big up, Julius, he says. But the comment here, all right, he says, this is Romain Millini saying, quite a fan of Ramdan on Chelsea's interest in Koundé when Tuchel did not want the player. Nice trick to raise the Barca level behind the player's agent, Jonathan Kebe. It was George Mendes who was influential in the deal and the press. So that came out after Fabrizio did the here we go for Jules Koundé to Barcelona. There was no bid from Chelsea. They used Chelsea to get Barcelona because they know Barcelona don't have money. Barcelona put in the low bid. They were the only club in for Koundé. Koundé wants to leave. He wants to go there. So they used Chelsea when it was all bullshit. We're waiting for the green light. The green light. The green light. No, there's no green light. It's only the red light from the Twitch merchant going, things are happening. It's getting hot. Koundé to Barca. Mm-hmm. Right? So, yeah. Listen, some people don't want to tread on toes, potentially. You know what I mean? I'm not like that on here.
No, for sure. They feed into this narrative without knowing, and we have. You know what? Sometimes I may sound too biased, but I do it on purpose. I do it on purpose because everyone is biased and has agendas. I'm gonna have my agenda, and I'm gonna be biased, and I'm gonna say things that may not make sense, but I don't care because I'm gonna protect my club till the end against all that bullshit that has been spread on social media. And I will protect Thomas Tuchel.
Let me land this one. So this guy's waffling. City pulled out on Cucurella because it was above their valuation. This is embarrassing. Well, that's exactly what I'm saying, mate. Yeah? If Chelsea wanted Rafinha and Koundé, they blow the other bidding club out of the water and they sign the fucking player. It didn't work like that, did it? But apparently we bid a higher bid. So where's the waffling here?
Why didn't they match it? If he's their number one target, that doesn't matter their evaluation because we don't evaluate Cucurella for 60 million.
Chelsea bid for Koundé 55 million sterling plus 10 million add-on sterling. That's 65 million sterling. Barcelona bought him for 55 million fucking euros. All right.
Why? What did we evaluate
Cucurella? The brown envelopes told us that his first choice was City and only City. We were talking to his player all the way through this, by the way, people. No one knew about that. City offered 30 million. And Brighton, rightly so, said fuck off. They said fuck off to 40. And fair play to Brighton. It's got nothing to do with Chelsea. Yeah. Chelsea wanted the player, paid the money, and they got the player. Simple as that. If City up their bid, maybe he would have gone City, but he didn't.
Johnny, City fans, they said they have to sell as many players as they can to balance their books because the financial fair play is on them. That's what they are doing. That's why they do not want to get into a bidding war with Chelsea.
No.
Because Chelsea didn't evaluate Cucurella for 65 million either. But
no,
Chelsea
we also paid over the odds because we wanted to send Colwill on a loan. And big up to my gaffer, by the way, loaning Colwill, didn't sell him as part of the Cucurella deal. He loaned him. So all you that were getting excited about Colwill, getting sold because you believe the brown envelopes on the permanent deals didn't happen, did it? No, sunshines. He got loaned. And the gaffer and Bowley paid a little bit more for Cucurella for that reason, because Brighton wanted him on a permanent with no buyback clause. But you didn't know that, did you?
Yeah, like there is. I think someone is asking about Havertz. You know, look, I'm gonna be honest. Havertz is frustrating. I'm not gonna lie, especially that chance against Spurs. I was really, really angry. Like, you have to put that on target, man. At least on target. That one thing, though, that I will still defend Havertz on, he is also a victim of that midfield. Our front line is isolated. If you notice, Sterling, Havertz, and Mount, they have to run all the way back, take the ball, run all the way to the and dribble their way into the opposition. And we expect them to score goals and to defend and to press and to do everything, because our midfield is non-existent. How many times we have said that transition from defense to offense is crap. It's crap.
That's why if you don't have Kante and Kovacic, or you don't have a Mount to drop in to progress, because Mount's the glue between the midfield and the attack. That's what he's been doing. He's been having to be the glue midfielder 8-10 and a right and left forward and create chances and score goals and assists. And apparently he's the fucking problem. Fuck off. He ain't no problem. No. So the problem is Jorginho's too slow. He's just not that guy. Premier League football, the way Leeds press you, I'll tell you this now, if the gaffer had Kante and Jorginho, all of his midfielders fit, he ain't playing Georgie today.
100%.
He dropped Georgie in all the Liverpool games, the City games last year, I'm pretty sure. Or he had to play. No, he had to play Georgie in the City games. But Liverpool Cup finals, didn't see Jorginho, did you? Because of the way they press.
Mm-hmm.
Jorginho hasn't got recovery. He hasn't got pace.
No.
If you lose that ball, he's caught out. And that happened to us today. And Gallagher ain't got the minerals and the experience, should I say. He hasn't got the experience to dig Georgie out.
The other criticism I have on actually today on today's selection, first goal, Mendy's mistake, which I think costed us the game initially. That ruined everything. It's on the players that their mentality collapsed after one mistake. That's the thing. However, the second goal, Reece James loses a challenge in the box, resulted in them winning a header and scoring it. If that was a proper center back, it wouldn't have gotten it, because it's a height issue. You have in my opinion, Reece James, best right wing back in the world, playing as a center back. I'm not a fan of it. It may work every now and then. Maybe it's an option to use, sure. But to make it now a habit, and just put Loftus-Cheek, who's a midfielder, in a wing-back position, and the best right-back in the world as a center-back, that doesn't make sense to me. That's one thing I also criticized Tuchel today on. That second goal...
This is the point, bruv. City walked out, therefore they don't want to bid him more. You're mudding your own argument, fella. Fucking hell.
These guys, they just want to listen to...
They don't understand, bruv.
No.
But go on, Julius. Go on.
Yeah, so I mean, if that was Thiago Silva, for example, instead of Reece James, second goal wouldn't go in. Reece James is not a center back, and he's not that tall. They targeted him with the long balls, and they scored. That's the second. The third thing I want to say on Gallagher. Gallagher is playing out of his position. He doesn't feel comfortable as a number 6. He is an attacker. I think
he's an 8. Yeah, he's an 8. Yeah.
If you put a Gallagher up front, you will get better. He'll have a better impact in the game. This is where today I think Thomas Tuchel got it wrong in terms of the team selection. He played 3 players in the wrong position. That's my problem with it. However,
what's his choice?
No choice.
Right, there you go. So it's not his fault.
The one thing though, I wouldn't play. I would have just switched Robin Loftus-Cheek with Reece James. I would have put Loftus-Cheek in the midfield where he plays, and put Reece James as a centre back. Sorry, as a right
You'd
back.
be even slower though, Julius, if you'd done that. Yeah, Loftus-Cheek ain't got legs like Georgie, so I mean, you're fucked. You'd be fucked. At least Gallagher's got some sort of legs, man. He's got something there.
But the thing is, we lost Reece James' creativity on the wing, though. We were not.
Yeah, but that was the sacrifice because you couldn't put Mount in the 6 and you couldn't play an attacker.
And that's the problem that we mentioned earlier, that it's the residues.
I said this on my pre-match, my preview. I said Mount won't play in the double 6. He would, but there's no other player there that can play in that position that wants to be at the clubs. Gaffer's not going to risk it. And I expected Jorginho Gallagher pivot, and I said it'd be great for a period in the game. I said, all right, I should have clipped myself. But I said it'd be good in a period, but it will not be sustainable for 90 minutes. Sure, and it wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't even sustainable for 60 minutes because they went off the pitch. Mm-hmm. Kante's a big worry, mate. He's a big worry because he's irreplaceable. That's why.
Declan Rice.
They're not going to buy him, bro. Listen, if anything, right, I have to respect this. Yeah, when you analyze his performance, it can be daunting as it resembles last season. But I'm telling you, we will improve and bounce back. Now, that is true. It will be like that. I have to be positive. If anything, this is only going to add fuel to the fire to go out in the market and actually get these deals over the line, whatever these deals are. Big up, Tony. Get these deals, whatever they are. Do you know what I mean? This is he's got to do it. He's got to go out now and just do what needs to be done. Go on, Tone, land it, because obviously I sent you the link ages ago, Geezer.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I've loads to do, mate, today. It's been a long day with the kids and that. But so sorry, buddy. I was going to jump on a bit earlier, but it just wasn't possible. You know what I mean?
What are you saying,
look, shit day, bad day, really bad day. Shades of 1992. It was almost like we were Chelsea of 92 and it was Leeds of 92. You know, and it just didn't reflect what any of us, I think, would have thought the scoreline was likely to be. But it is what it is. What a fucking absolute calamity fuck up with Mendy.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, look, this was always going to be a tough game, another Everton, if you like, because Leeds, as we know, you know, they've got a lot of beef with us, and it's kind of something that's gone on down the years between the two sides. So, therefore, they're always going to be up for this game, massive game. They've had a really good start to the season, and home game for them. You know, it was always going to be tough, yeah. So, games like this, you've just got to match the opposition for endeavour, for heart. You need to run as much as they do, and cover as much ground as they do, and press, and then if you do all of that, your class as players should shine through. But we didn't, did we? So it is what it is. No. And when it's tight, you certainly don't make fucking errors like that. Let's be honest. They got an absolute massive lift when that goal went in, didn't they?
The first one or the second one? You talk the
first one, Johnny. Yeah, the first one gave the crowd even more belief than, because it was, the game was kicking on. It was still, 0-0, and they were in the contest all day long. And then, of course, they get literally given a goal. It was literally just given a goal, weren't they? Terrible, terrible mistake. Yeah. It should never happen. Never, ever, ever happen. That type of mistake. And yeah, it did. And it gave, as I say, gave them a lift. The crowd were like really on it. And then, of course, they went with the momentum. Whenever, like we've always said, the 12th man is massive in any set of circumstances, and even more so then because they really were up for it then. And of course, their second goal was it was a great goal, actually. It was a good header.
Well, it was never a free kick though.
No, it wasn't. But you know, they again 2-0, and of course you go into the interval and think, well, okay, something's got to change. There needs to be a, you know, listen. We've been in this situation before. I thought maybe it might be another West Brom, you know, when we were 3-0 down, and then we come back. But it wasn't to be. We were half okay in the first 20 minutes of that first half, and again we were the better side at the start of the second. But of course, when they got that third goal, that was it. Game over. It was dead as a contest, and you know, it's just the same old shit, really, isn't it? The only good thing about it, right? Okay, is look, it's terrible. It's shit. It should never happen. Have happened. 3-0 away to Leeds. Listen, we're getting rinsed everywhere, all over social media right now. We know that. As supporters, we're the butt of everybody's jokes right now, and we deserved it actually. And those players need to have a bit of a hard look at themselves, you know, because you know, you don't lose 3-0 away to Leeds. Not this Chelsea, you know. I mean, 1992, as I say,
Yeah,
is
shocking,
different. Yeah,
really. Like,
Leeds were a decent side. We were an
magnitude of
okay
this
side.
game.
We were both kind of vying for Champions League. So Leeds United won the last normal championship before it turned over to the Premier League. As you remember, 93 was the first Premier League, wasn't it? Man United's first league, Premier League or league title for 27 years. But prior to that, Leeds were the one that were investing heavily, and you know, and they won that title. But you know, this was just almost like all those years, you know, didn't count for anything. I mean, we shouldn't be going to Ellen Road losing 3-0. But the only thing about this is it's only the third game in, and if you're going to lose heavily, you need to lose it now,
Yeah,
and you certainly need to lose it where the transfer window is still open for you to be able to
but it's also, Tony,
see.
we got robbed of the Spurs points, and that's what hurts even more. Is that
Yeah, it does, mate.
we
It
would have
does,
had
mate.
6 points instead of 4.
Yep.
That's the only thing that I can say why we're pissed off even more.
No,
And
but we've got to get over things like that, though, Johnny.
yeah,
I
of
mean,
course,
look,
but Tony,
it's all
the
very well.
midfield was shocking, mate.
Tony,
it's not
Tony,
good
can
enough.
I say something? Tony, I want to say something. I'm not getting over it. I'm not. I want to keep talking about it and raising it.
No,
because
right.
we shouldn't let them forget about it.
But when you play football, Julius, right, or when you do anything, any endeavour in life, yeah, everything is about how you think, the mindset, yeah, right. Okay, it's so important, right? It's more important, you know. Listen, I'm a massive, how can I put it, an advocate, right, for the law of attraction, right, and how you think, right, and the whole process of the law of attraction is always to act as though you've already achieved it, right? So this is why you get those players that always see things before it happens, Julius. Yeah, it's almost like they create pictures in their minds. Yeah, they've already created. You know, manifestation comes from creating it through your mindset. There's the greatest secret of life. Let me tell you now, guys. And anyone that thinks it's bollocks, it ain't bollocks. It's not bollocks, right? That's why most people in any levels of sport or high achievement always have psychologists, right? And they all do the same thing. As a matter of fact, I want to say something actually. Now, a lot of gooners, right? And one of my mates, who a really good friend of mine, Lee Gunner, right? They're very, very much Arteta out, as you know, yeah. But there's also a lot of gooners that have watched their, you know, their was it All or Nothing, or whatever it's called, you know, their Amazon thing. And Arteta's been taking a fair bit of stick, right, okay, for the mental stuff, the preparations that he's doing, right, okay. And I was listening to a lot of gooners, right, okay, literally going, what is he on about? Is he a fucking idiot or what? He ain't no tactician. Let me tell you now, right, listen, whether you think he's good or whether you don't think he's good, right, okay, and I personally don't think he's great, but what I will say is this, right, what he was doing there with those players, especially young players, right, is fucking brilliant. And Mourinho, let me tell you, is another one that's like that. And so is Thomas Tuchel.
He instills what he does. He instills a die-hard mentality of a winning mentality and never let down mentality.
Yes,
and not be
because
defeated
we have a
easily.
conscious and a subconscious
Tuchel does
brain.
it. Yeah.
100%. And I'm telling you now, guys, right? Okay, it is a fact, right? Okay, it works. Now, so let me tell you, what Arteta is doing there is exceptional, right? Okay, because he's getting them to tap into the belief system, and every time you get to a point, it's almost like you see something that clicks you into a positive picture in your mind. Every time that little man in your brain says it's shit, it's crap, it's not going to happen, oh, you're always thinking the worst. You know what I'm talking about, right? No one ever stays, right? Okay, or stays in the present moment. People with, for example, I'll give you a quick example. Yeah, I don't want to get too technical, but in the morning when you're having a shower in the morning, right? You're not experiencing the fucking shower. You're not experiencing the water and the moment and everything. You're not, because what you're doing is you're thinking advanced into what's going to happen and how you're going to handle it, or in the past, what's happened in the past. And let me tell you something now, right? Okay, this is the most important thing in life. Let me tell you, fact, right? Okay. Absolute 100% fucking fact.
But there's not enough players, Tone.
There's not enough players, right? Okay,
with that in our team. But that's how we won the Champions League, Geezer.
But
that's how we won the Champions League.
Right, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I know.
I'll tell you, right? The 3 or 4 days before we played Manchester City in the Champions League final in Porto, I put a video out there and I said, how can we win the Champions League? And I said, I'll tell you how, right? By collectively thinking in a positive manner. I'm not just talking about, oh, we're going to win. I'm talking about picturing, right? Picturing the situation and the circumstances. A lot's been made about how our players all stood in the line before they walked out.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
every single one was standing there, focused, painting a mental picture, right? Right. Let me tell you something now. Before we won in Munich, beating Bayern Munich, Roberto Di Matteo done a video bringing in the emotional aspect, right? So we brought all the people in, the loved ones, right? The people that those players care about most. And they all sat there and watched a video saying, come on, Daddy, you can do it for me. And I'm telling you now, it's so powerful, right? So what we've got to look at now, right, is look at this situation. Okay, 3 games in, we have another 35 games to go. So it's not the end of the fucking world here, right? Right.
Before you go there, that's why City bottled Champions League again, because what's his name? Walker kept showing everyone their losers medal, and when you look at the losers medal, it creates a negative mindset. It's actually a reverse negative mindset, so it's not positive, and that's why they bottled it again against Real Madrid with 10 minutes to go. Anyway, go on. Yeah.
But honestly, I promise you, right? Okay, you have to think as though you've already achieved, right? Look, the guy that done, what's his name? Jim Carrey, right? He wrote out £1 million check, right? Okay, and put it in his wallet, okay, and he only ever took it out there when he hit £1 million, right? What's her name? The black, really, they done the fucking interview with Meghan and fucking Harry. What's her fucking name? Oprah Winfrey, right? Oprah Winfrey, I think it was The Colour Purple or something like that. She already visualized, right? Okay, there's a great guy out there. What's his name? Tolle, right? And she talks about him being a philosopher, right? And he is, but all he does is he taps you. He makes you think about living in the now, the here and now, the present, not the past or not the future, right? And anyway, look, I'm going off on one here a little bit, right? Okay. The point is, we're only 3 games in. We have 35 games still to go, and the window is still open. And if anything, it's probably a blessing. You could argue maybe it's a bit like the 3-0 defeat at the Emirates when Conte changed things.
Conte changed it, yeah.
Listen, these moments can be changing. But we have to take a step back. We can't get ourselves too fucking carried away. we have
To be
to.
fair, Tone, the gaffer had his hands tied. There's nothing he can do to what he done today. Like, and the execution was piss poor in certain
Eckhart
areas.
Tolle, the guy I was on about. Sorry.
And that's
Go on.
that. But the point is, they need to go out in the market now. And we're gonna find out this week who's the real signings, who's the real targets. Because there's going to be, after this, there's no more bullshit, and the bullshit that comes out is only to back the brown envelopes. It's not going to be back to back Chelsea.
I mean, we need another centre half, right? We can't have Reece James at centre half. We can't, right? Okay. I'm not saying he can't play that role, right? But we have to have, a solid, 3, if not 4 centre backs that will do the job, right? We've now got cover on the left and the right side if we need it, but really and truly, it's more often than not Cucurella or Chilwell and obviously Reece James, yeah? It's the midfield, guys. We have to really sort out the midfield because without Kante playing as Kante, right, we're considerably weaker, yeah? And the problem we got, right, is Kante, right, is injury prone. So is Kovacic. And we know, despite how good he is and can be, especially in slower paced games like Champions League, Jorginho, right, 38 games in the Premier League, it ain't going to happen, right? We're considerably slower. Our build-up plays a lot slower, yeah?
Yeah, slow transition,
Yeah, exactly. So we have to, we need another midfielder. We need a striker, Johnny.
And this is why everyone's coming at the gaffer because he said, "Oh, we don't need a midfielder." He's only saying that to protect his club from getting robbed of huge bids, like of having to overpay. But they got to understand. Of course, the gaffer knows that he needs a new midfielder. I think the gaffer would let Georgie go and get a fucking other midfielder gladly, but he can't. He's having to replace players that left. Right. Firstly, and the second thing, he's forced to get rid of players because they don't want to be at the club.
Well.
They don't want to be there. Ziyech, Pulisic don't want to be at the club. Look at what his dad put out, Tony. I don't know if you've seen it. Right? His dad
I haven't, mate.
His Pulisic's dad liked these 2 tweets, yeah? Where are they? Here. So you can read those. His dad liked these 2 tweets, bro.
Yeah. What's that? If Pulisic doesn't get the start versus West Ham next week, he needs to go for his own good. We've seen enough of Kai and Mount to start the season. Well, well, he does like to get involved a lot, though, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, this is the thing, right? It's clear he wants to leave, so let him go. But my point is, Gaffer's not going to play these players if they're not going to give you their all. They want to leave.
Yeah, but look, it is early days, right? Liverpool have dropped 2 lots of 2 points, haven't they? Right,
well, if Liverpool lose tomorrow, blimey, or draw.
Right now, Manchester United at the bottom of the flipping Premier League.
What was the City score? What was the City
3-3.
score? 3-3. They drew.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, with Newcastle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's
so
massive,
I'm saying,
mate.
Johnny. So
there's ups and downs.
Was it 3-3? Was it 3-3?
Oh, I bet City won, man.
I'm pretty sure it was 3-3.
Guys, like and subscribe, people. Like and subscribe. This has been a mental show time, mate.
I'm sorry I come on so late. 3-3, Johnny.
3-3. So it's not so bad, is it?
It was at St James's.
Yeah.
It's 1-0 City, then it was 1-1, then it was 2-1 Newcastle, then 2-2 Haaland, and then it was 3-2 to Newcastle, and then City went 3-3.
City were behind pretty much.
No, they went 1-0 up, but yeah, they were 2-1 down,
2-1, then 2-2, 3-2, 3-2. Yeah.
But the City right now, fucking Arsenal are top.
But Arsenal dip, mate. Arsenal dip, mate.
Yeah, they've got a good start, haven't they? Their fixtures, but Leeds are third, you know. Leeds are third, above Spurs in fourth. Brighton have had a great start, haven't they? We're currently 12th. 12th. But Liverpool are 15th.
Well, Liverpool have to win against United. If United lose, it's meltdown for United. My mate's going up there tomorrow. It's going to be chaos, protests, and all that nonsense. So I don't know.
What do you make of Jurgen Klopp, Johnny? Like saying that if the protests call the game off or if whatever, he wants the points. What do you make of that?
That's bullshit. They're not going to call it off. They'll play the game.
Yeah.
They're going to play the game. It costs too much money. They'll play the game whether there's fans in there or not. The fans have paid for the tickets, have they? So
Well,
what are they going to do? The fans going to break in and run on the pitch? They'll all get excluded. They'll all get banned from the ground. They'll lose their season tickets. They won't do that. It's nonsense.
yeah. It's crazy though, isn't it? Yeah, but Arsenal are.
They're spending money, man. They're going out and spending Casemiro. They're going to spend 100 million on Anthony. They're going to go and blow like 400-500 million, and the fans are protesting. They've got a manager that they're going to back. You know, you can't really complain. But at the end of the day, they are bad owners. I'm not saying that they're not. Fuck me, they're shocking. But you know, they're going out
fucking millions out of that club, haven't they?
They have. Yeah, they've rinsed it. But they're buying players now. They bought Casemiro. It's a great signing. That's a great signing. He's a fucking player we need. Do you know what I mean? An actual DM. But they paid 300 grand a week and 70 odd million or 60 odd million. Big up Stretters.
West Ham are bottom. West Ham.
Yeah.
Bottom of the Prem. I mean, look at that. Look at the bottom upwards. Yeah. If maybe this will make us feel a bit better. Bottom West Ham, 20. 19 Man United. 18 Leicester. 17 Wolves. 16 Everton. 15 Liverpool.
It's mad,
isn't it?
Good. We want them down there.
Yeah.
The more points that they drop, the better it is for us.
Yeah.
And let us sort our shit out so we can get a run. Because let's have it right. Everyone's gonna what's this? Frank de Jong started tonight. Doesn't look like he will be going anywhere. Yeah, of course he ain't. He ain't going nowhere.
No,
he's not going
probably
anywhere.
Not. Yeah. Is there any truth in that Brendan Rodgers has been sacked? I see it in the chat. I just wondered.
Sorry. What's that?
It's just in the chat. It said Brendan Rodgers is sacked.
Yeah, he's sacked. He's sacked.
100%.
Yeah, I think so. Sky Sports.
Wow. Fucking hell. Seems the first to go then.
Proper.
Fucking hell. It just goes to show you, doesn't it? We play them next week. They're probably on it. This will probably give them a boost, won't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. We're going to end up playing all these teams that are rubbish, and we're going to end up same old story, innit? Same old story.
I'd say they want to sack him tonight. They had party company. Yeah, that's on Leicester's.
That's what I mean. They always happens to Chelsea. They sack the manager before anyone plays Chelsea. Always happens. Every single time. It happened last year. Who else? It happened to countless times.
That's fucking mental, isn't it? Just fucking mental. But yeah,
I'm not hating on Pulisic. What I'm saying to you is I don't appreciate him coming out saying he wants to leave. I don't appreciate his dad liking all this shit. All right. You put your head down, you work, you knuckle, and you work for the gaffer. Clearly he wants to go. That's why. If you want to go, why should I back you? Werner wanted to go, he's gone. I ain't backing it no more. Any players don't want to be, Ziyech don't want to be, I'm not going to back it. What for? They're not playing in the team. Tells you everything you need to know, Geese. It's not an agenda. I've backed this kid all the way through. The amount of arguments I've had with people about Pulisic is ridiculous. You know, there's no agenda.
Do you reckon this is going to affect the Fofana transfer?
Well, it's going to make us pay more. Yeah. What, the manager, you mean?
I mean, not only we've got Leicester next game. Well, Fofana, is this going to affect? I mean, how long's there now?
He's out the team. No, we've got. Well, yeah, it's this week, and he might not even play against. If the deal's not done by the time we play them at the Bridge, he won't even play that game. Maybe. I think it's clear as day. Brendan Rodgers lost the dressing room. Rodgers has lost the dressing room, and he's lost it. How many losses they've had now? So
I just think Leicester are crazy. I think Leicester should never have sold off their players.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any truth in this Harry Maguire stuff?
No. Bull.
I think it's bollocks.
Yeah. Load of crap. Don't buy it. Loads of journalists have come out, whether you believe them or not, saying it's all false. So, yeah, I don't believe it. I don't buy it. But
it does throw open a question mark down for Fofana now, doesn't it?
Well, I think you
I
still go
mean,
and get
a
him.
new manager might say, "No, fuck it, I want him." And
Yeah,
he's
but the
only
player
got a
doesn't
week
want to
and a
be
bit.
there. The player doesn't want to be there. He wants to come to Chelsea. You've got an unhappy player that wants to leave, so he's going to go.
We don't need them naming a manager in a week, though, do we?
No,
Want
but
them
it
to
looks
take
like
a bit of time. We want them
it
to
looks like
appoint some
yeah, they will
someone
do though.
behind the scenes.
They will do. Yeah, it's true. Clickbait on Maguire, 100%. It's brown envelope clickbait all day long. All day long.
It's fucking mad, mate, isn't it? So, do you think this week then, Johnny? I mean, even more so because of this defeat. Do you think that they'll go up some gears now?
Well, they have to. They have to go up gears
Tom
on the
Tuchel
pitch.
shuts down on Conor Gallagher question after Chelsea's defeat to Leeds.
Yeah, he's defending his player. He's got to. He's got to defend his player.
Fucking beaten by a yank as well, eh?
I know, man. Fucking hell. And the geezer celebration as well was a piss take.
No, it's just too much, mate. I know it's too much. It's just too much.
He was like, why is he in the dugout? I thought red cards as well, why was Conte in the dugout then, you mug? He got sent off. Why is he in the dugout?
Yeah,
Fuck
he's
off.
loving it, mate. Oh, fucking prick features. Apparently, there's San Francisco 49ers or whatever they're called. All fucking going mental. They got a 44% stake in Leeds.
The
Perfect
problem
weekend of
is
football.
Leicester
well done,
have to
LUFC.
sell. Leicester have to sell for Fana. They need the money. They ain't got the money. They need the money. That's why they're trying to get as much as they can. And to be honest,
What about Aubameyang?
nah, it's all bull. I won't buy it. I told you, I don't believe Frankie de Jong, and I don't believe Aubameyang.
So
I don't believe him.
Ronaldo?
No. I don't know who's going to buy. Gordon, I think there's some truth there. I think there's truth with Gordon. But that's it. That's all I know, Geese. I think they're looking to offload. I think Neymar's a shout. I think they're going for Neymar. I don't know why. I just think they will. I think they're going for Neymar.
Why did Mendy do that, mate? Why didn't he just whack it?
I don't know. Brain freeze. Was too concerned about keeping possession. Can't take pressure. He's done it before as well. Done it with West Ham. Stupid things like that. Now he's going to have that block. He's got to get that out of his head now. He's got to get that out of his head. Otherwise, it's going to ruin him for this year. Goalie can lose. It's very, very hard to gain confidence as a goalkeeper, and then very, very easy to lose it and lose that momentum and that. You look at Kepa, that tells you everything. Kepa weren't a bad goalkeeper when we signed him. And then look at what happened. He just went all to pot, and now we can't even. I don't know. Do you play Kepa now? Crying out loud, you can't, can you?
No.
You don't play Kepa. You play Mendy.
You can't because then you're saying
you're ruining Mendy there.
You're ruining Mendy. Yeah, you've got to stay strong with it, but it's just bollocks. Though. I mean, I can't. I'm not having it though. I'm just not having it. You know. I mean, what is the point of it? I know you say possession, but he tried to sort of be flash, really, didn't he?
Yeah.
He got caught with it too long.
Just boot it.
Be casual.
Why didn't he just?
It's bollocks, mate. Just bollocks. Because do you know what the weird thing about it? I think had we gone one up, we're quite unlucky really with that chance from what's his name, Sterling. He curled one, didn't he? Just wide. Mason Mount had one as well, didn't he? Just
we had made the goalie make a class save, mate. World class save.
Yeah.
Placed it beautifully. That was in.
Yeah, I think had we gone one up though, I think we would have gone on to win the game. I really do.
We had that chance with Sterling. He was offside twice. He's offside and he scored, didn't he? Or put the ball pretty much. He put the ball in there. That's
but
the problem,
when we lose, like we really, really lose, don't we? Do you know what I'm saying?
We've got. There's like I've noticed. There's no comeback in us.
No,
there's no comeback.
Yeah,
that's what's concerning. Where's the fight and the comeback? It's like your heads go down and that's it. It's game over. Come on, man. If you want to win the title and you want to compete, you got to bring. Where's your minerals at? You can't just rely on Mason Mount and Reece James. You can't do that. You all collectively have to have that mentality and that belief for it to work. You know? Bottom line.
What's his name? Leeds manager. It's a really good performance. The best since I've been here.
Yeah,
I felt like we were the better team individually.
We
like
muddied them last year.
It's a bunch of players who understand their roles. Fuck off.
Yeah, let's watch you lose next week. Yeah.
What a bunch, man.
Have it right.
And I know Julius was saying like before about he doesn't want to let it go, that the 2 points. And I agree. I agree. I mean, kind of like I feel as though we're actually on an additional 2 points right now because we were denied a victory, weren't we, by that mistake, by those two. I mean, it's really bollocks, isn't it, when you hear, it's kind of very hollow, isn't it, you know, when you hear like, well, I'm really sorry, it was a mistake and all that, and you think, well, that's great, but it ain't great, is it? Do you know what I mean?
Of course it's not.
Because it makes all the difference, doesn't it, you know? But fuck knows, I don't know. Well, I'll tell you what, mate. The next 2 weeks are going to be massive, aren't they, for us?
Yeah, of course. We've got to make signings now. We've got to make signings now.
Yeah.
We have to make the signings. It's absolutely vital. We have to make the signings.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens. But listen, I'm gonna wrap it up, T, because it's 3 hours. Man. I'm battered, mate. But big up to you for coming on. Big up to I hope Lewis is in a better state. Fucking hell, he had a meltdown.
No, I actually watched that. I was dealing with one of my lads, and he just went off. He just went off.
He's
fucking mad, man.
Fair play. Big up to Julius.
He's live right now. I think he's live right now.
Is he?
So he's clearly all right. You know?
Yeah, he's all right, man. Lucy's
he's fucking all right.
Big up to Julius. Big up to Matisse. He had some minerals to come on here. Not many have minerals to come on here, but fair play to the geezer.
What are the celebrities? What are the celebrities saying, Johnny? Any news from the celebs, the Chelsea celebs?
No, I haven't. I mean, I'm waiting for them. I'm waiting to mud them all tomorrow, hopefully, with all their spiel. Yeah, with all their bangers and mash. It's going to come out probably in the hours or tomorrow. Let's have it right.
So I'll land anything major or.
Well, I'm blocked from everyone, so I don't
know. Quick word on AJ. Did you watch the fight, John?
I didn't watch it. No, I knew he was going to lose anyway.
Yeah, give it a go, you know. But I think, you know.
Yeah, but he ain't
quality.
Yeah, tactically, he's gone, mate. He's gone. That Ruiz fight killed him. That
I don't know what went on there. That first one, I've got still to this day.
That first one, he got done like a kipper. Like he was so quick for a big geezer.
It's crazy.
He was mental, mate. Done him like a kipper. But,
Big Tice is coming out now for. I think it'd be a Nuzak Tice, wouldn't it? And Tyson will win that, Tyson Fury.
Yeah, he will. He's got that mentality, man. He's just
he
don't fear no one. Yeah, he just don't fear no one. And credit to him because he went through a bad state, didn't he? With his weight and his depression. So he's turned it around. Fair play to Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
But I've always said it. He's tactically class. He's agile. He's quick. He's got power. He's got a granite chin. He's got all the minerals there, and he can fight, and he can get knocked down. You saw that knockdown he had. Who was it against?
Yeah,
and he got knocked down.
The first one, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he just got up. He just got up, didn't he?
Amazing.
Unbelievable, mate. So yeah, big up to Tyson Fury. I think he's going all the way, mate, and deservedly so. Fair play to him. But you know, we'll see what happens, Keys.
Did you see the aftermath? AJ's little.
Yeah. He's
crazy, wasn't it?
He had his little outburst, didn't he?
threw the belts outside the ring, and then he went for a walkout, didn't he? And I think he thought better about it. Thought, well, hang on, I've done myself too proud here. He went back in, didn't he? And then he went on. He stole the moment, didn't he, away from Usyk, really, because that was Usyk's moment of glory, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
that's it. But he's quality boxer though, so he deserved to win, mate. You know, fair play to him.
Yeah, he did, mate. Yeah. Okay.
All right, Geese. Wicked. Thanks for coming on, man. Big up to everyone in here.
Much love, guys. Much love to everyone out there. And
I'll see you during the week.
Yep. 100%.
Up the Chelsea. Stay positive, yeah. Stay positive. Back the gaffer. Back the gaffer.
Yep,
back the Chelsea. That's it, man. It's as simple as that. We can have our little rants, but we've got to back the team. Got to
back the manager. Back Thomas Tuchel. It's all about the man. And
100.
And you know, let the fucking haters hate on them. You know, we'll have the last laugh. We always do.
There's a lot of Chinese whispers going on with my views as well. Hello. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah. If you know what I'm saying. A lot of Chinese whispers.
Aubameyang staying. Ooh.
Yeah, of course he's going to stay. Of course he's going to stay. Of course he's going to stay. And so's De Jong. And I'll be waiting for that deadline day, and I'll be coming at all the brown envelopes. Everyone knows, all my viewers know.
And they will have to be dug out that day, won't they?
Yes, they will. They'll be dug out.
Do you know what we need to do, Johnny? I know we've got going on it. You know, the final day of the window, we should be live on air that day.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah. I'm going to do that, yeah. It's going to be a long one. I'm going to do a long one.
Yeah, man. Right.
All right,
see you later, guys. Much love. I'll get out and let you do your outro. See you later, guys.
Up the Chelsea time. Big up everyone in here. Like and subscribe. Very important. This is a big stream. Lots of people on. Lots of minerals. Lots of mudding. Lots of proper talk. You know what I'm saying? So listen, guys. Thank you for supporting tonight. Not the greatest result, but that's what we're here for. I thoroughly enjoyed this stream. This is what my platform's all about. This is what I'm all about. This is the reason I did it, is for situations like this, but also the good ones as well. Also the good moments. And listen, the most important thing is back Thomas Tuchel, back the team, back the players, put agendas aside. And that's it, you know. We move on. Stay positive, people. Anyone in here that's new, obviously, thanks for like and subscribing. If you haven't, like and subscribe. It's very important, guys. And without a doubt, I appreciate everyone in here who supported the channel, all my members, all my viewers, all my regulars. Big up to all you guys. Before you leave, like it and subscribe. You know what I mean? So hopefully I'll be there. I'll be on tomorrow. I will let you know on Twitter. Twitter's back on. My followers are going up and down. I feel someone's hacked me. I had 19 followers. Then it's going up and down, and it went through today. I have set up a backup account, Minerals FC. I think it's Minerals FC 19. I'll check. Let me check. Minerals FC _19, and obviously my Twitter's Minerals FC. So if you want to follow my backup, just in case. I don't know what's going on, people. But anyway, up the Chelsea, up Mills FC. Let's have it right. Right, Pride of London. London is blue. Let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Mills FC. Let's go. in. Got the minerals, TT.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking minerals, mate.